What's up? I guess I should do the intro. Welcome to the Pesky Reports live stream of Game 2 of the American League Wildcard Series between your Boston Red Sox and that other team. It's Hunter is here. Derek is just hopping in. We're thrilled to be joined by David Sandlin, pitcher in the Red Sox organization. Finished the year with the Woo Sox. David, how you doing, man?
Good. Excited to watch some good baseball and be a part of it with you guys.
Well, we really appreciate you doing this, and I guess we're streaming on we're on Twitch and we're on YouTube, right? So if hopefully check us out there if you guys are watching. The game is about to get started in a second. So David, tell us your thoughts about last night, like what that was like for you to watch, like seeing your boys do this, seeing your guys that I assume you played with, guys like Nick Sogard, like coming through big last night and that kind of thing. Like, what was that like?
Oh, it's awesome. Obviously, I know how hard a lot of those guys grinded, especially Sogi, just putting in the time down there in AAA and everything. So seeing a lot of the guys get their chance up there and provide for the team has been really, really, really cool to watch. And it relates how close AAA is to the big leagues for guys that are there. But it's not surprising at all, obviously, to us that have been around guys like Sogard, early with his success, Coley, all those guys that are up there, even guys that had struggled early in the year and then came down and they're back up and they're providing for the team. Like it's a great group of guys. So you knew everything was going to click. So it's not surprising to see that result on the field at all.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just like, be honest, like ninth inning, like what were you thinking?
Honestly, I mean, I'm a baseball fan. I'm a normal human, so I got nervous, like everybody else did. But at the same time, like in the back of my head, I thought, like, if he gets Stanton out and no one scores, like he'll be fine. Like he'll get in the groove. And sure enough, he got the strikeout on Stanton, pop up for Jazz, and then another strikeout. Like he just had to get through that one guy. I felt like, and he was going to be fine.
I think I held my breath the entire Giancarlo Stanton at bat. I don't know if I'm 100% sure no one on the Yankees in the postseason scares me more than anytime he steps up. I'm like, this is going to be a 750-foot home run.
Yeah, no, that was one of the cooler moments this year is getting to face him in Somerset. Got him to roll over. First pitch slider, the first AB, and then second AB. I was like, why not go back to it? And he hit it 111 past my head, and I was like, that's why you don't go back to it. Got it.
I was at that game.
Yeah, it was fun though. It was certainly fun.
Wasn't there another rehabber?
Stroman.
Okay.
Yeah, Stroman. I think him and Early went head to head. It was either him and Early or him and Wee Hunt.
That's one of those. I feel like every time I go to Somerset, they have like 7 different people rehabbing. Multiple times it's been Giancarlo Stanton.
I feel like every time we've played them, they've had someone rehabbing, like just to play against us. It's been crazy, especially last year when me and Early had gotten up there, and it was, I think, second to last week of the season or third to last, and we were trying to like make the playoffs and everything, and all of a sudden they had like 6 rehabbers here, and we were like, what's going on?
Yeah, they have a nice booth though, so it's not too bad, but it's always so crowded in there because there's usually not a lot of media people at minor league games, but when there's people rehabbing, that's when all of a sudden like all the local papers and stuff want to jump in. So there was a game last year, I feel like it was before you got there, where who was it for ESPN? Or not ESPN, MLB Network. Someone was there
at Somerset.
They were doing the game like on MLB Network.
I think I was there. I think that was the first week we got called up because I remember that was when obviously Roman, Marcelo, Teal, and Casey were all there at the same time. So I think that was the first week me and Early had gotten there, and I remember them like in the dugout with like a big camera crew and stuff. So it might have been that week, but I'm not sure.
I'm just gonna jump in real quick. What are they doing to you guys in Worcester at the start of next year? I don't know if you've seen the schedule. They make Worcester play at home for 3 games, then they make Worcester go to Minnesota, and then back at home. I just have a gripe in general with teams playing in cold weather at the start of the season.
See, the thing is, David is going to be on the Red Sox.
That's the hope. But
matter.
like at the same time too, like but you were in Worcester at the end of last year. I'm saying like, what are they doing to you guys? Because it's like at the end of the year, obviously, you guys finished the year in Worcester, and thankfully wasn't cold yet.
Yeah.
But then obviously this year you started the year in Portland, and
I think we had
that's an experience.
Yeah, snow that first week.
Yeah, it's like, what are they doing to like the team, like Portland, Worcester, both of them just get like screwed over early in the year? Like, I don't know. Is there like any way you guys can like petition and be like, yeah, can we not start the season at home? Maybe get us some more summer home games, because it is kind of wild. I know we had a thing on the show about it. I think early in the year, I think Hunter, I think you mentioned like Portland's like first, like Portland and Worcester, like their first like 3 weekends of home games, I think almost all got like postponed.
Yeah. I think Early didn't pitch his scheduled start day for like 4 consecutive weeks or something like that. He kept having to change. So, anytime there was a chance of rain on Early's day, he'd show up to the field and just be like, "Dude, I'm not throwing today. Like, let's be real. I'm not throwing it." Almost every time it got canceled. So it was funny. But I feel like a lot of guys, including myself, like when you're out there and moving around, obviously it's not that bad. It's just like, especially for starters or guys on the bench, it's sitting in the dugout. That's what really, really sucks.
That's sitting between innings, just like the worst thing.
Oh yeah, I mean, you'll have a long sleeve on, hoodie on, and then you'll have like the big burqa too. Just trying to keep as warm as possible, and then you're 2 feet from the heater. Anything you can do.
I think like the Miami Dolphins have their sidelines completely in the shade, and it's like 20 degrees colder. Like get like in Worcester and Portland, get like heaters or something in the dugout.
Oh yeah,
get just like lined up, and then just leave the other team. Just no, you guys don't get heaters. No.
I know in the bullpen in Worcester that we did have heaters because we turned them on one game down there in the bullpen, like that line the feet area. But I think the funniest story with that was our first series in Greenville when we went to Greensboro in 2024. I think it was Nathan Landry caught his sock on fire on the heater because he was standing too close to it, and he had he wore stirrups, like the stirrup pants and everything. So he had this massive hole in his sock for the remainder of the game.
Wow, that's not what you want. I mean,
no,
that's like the exact opposite of what you would want, because now you're trying to do this thing to warm up your clothes or whatever, and now your sock has a giant hole in it, and so yeah.
Well, yeah, and not only that, it singed off some of his leg hair too. So
be careful, kids. Be careful out there.
I think Bob Kipper called him an idiot and multiple times, and just was like, "What are you doing?" And he was like, "Just trying to stay warm. Just trying to stay warm."
All right. So first off, I found it May 16th, 2024 was Robert Flores. Don't know why I couldn't think of his name.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, I feel like this is the most basic question, but I have to ask it. Red Sox make the push. Red Sox are in the playoffs. You're watching the games. A lot of the guys that you've played with, what's that doing to you mentally? Like, how badly do you want to be there now? And obviously, how much is it making you want to be there next year?
Oh, I mean, it's awesome. Like seeing how well the teams meshed and everything. Makes obviously beat myself up a little bit for not doing what I needed to do to help get there this year, help out of the pen and everything. But it just adds that layer of like wanting it so bad for the goal next year and pushing yourself everything I can do this offseason to get there and be a help to the team, because that's any one of us down here in the minor leagues want to do that. So it's been really, really special to watch it, and it's like you can feel it from the top level all the way down. Just guys itching to get their chance to go up and help the team at some point.
Also, can I mention, how the hell does Roll Call guy get on ESPN? Come on. What are we doing here?
Yeah, it's a very pro Yankees broadcast. It's very
I figured that out pretty quickly last night too.
Yes. The best part of the broadcast was after Yoshida's 2 RBI single, and they just show all the depressed Yankees fans, which is like, yes, this is more like it. I do want to ask David. So I was in Worcester at the end of the year, and Chad Tracy said, like, because it was near the end of the year, and Chad Tracy, one of his things was make sure you realize how good of a year you had before you came up to Worcester and before you kind of switched to the bullpen. When was the last time you pitched in the bullpen, though, before kind of getting this extended run?
Not counting piggybacks, once at OU and then maybe once or twice in junior college. So that was really it.
So what was that like? What was that transition like for you? Was it kind of something where it was just kind of different, a little bit uncomfortable, although sometimes being in uncomfortable situations obviously isn't a bad thing. What was that transition like for you, kind of going from starting to now, okay, I'm coming out only maybe pitching 1 or 2 innings at the most?
I'd say definitely different. Obviously, you got to do a completely different routine, whether that's weight room, training room, throwing every day, just mentally preparing for the games. Went from mentally preparing for 1 game a week to I got to be ready this night. Oh, I didn't pitch this night. I got to be ready this night. Didn't pitch this night, and it keeps just snowballing down in the schedule. So it's definitely different. I feel like I was just super, super close to getting it all unlocked. I feel like a lot of it was just on the mental side of things, just like trying so hard to treat it differently when I didn't need to treat it all that differently. Like, it's still just at the end of the day going out there and pitching. And I think a lot of times, most of it was just me trying too hard. Like, I would hear the stuff about like, oh, like everything's going to tick up in the pen. So I'd try to make it tick up when I didn't need to make it tick up.
Yeah, I also too. We kind of look at the Red Sox right now. Obviously, you got someone like Peyton Tolley kind of doing that kind of transition that you had, right? Or even someone like a Kyle Harrison, who, if Connolly early starting Game 3, Kyle Harrison seemingly available out of the bullpen, if that's the case. What has that been like, knowing now that you had that experience out of the bullpen, kind of going into next year? What does that kind of do for you? Because now you've experienced and can you go into next year saying, hey, I'm able to help this team in more ways than one. Like, I'm not just a starter. I can pitch out of the bullpen if needed.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like I said, like now I got it in hindsight. Like, obviously in the moment you don't think about those things. All I'm thinking about is trying to go out there and do the best of my ability the next time I'm called upon. But now, like, thinking about it, I'm like, man, why was I trying so hard to be different? Like, it's pitching. There's no reason to overcomplicate things. So yeah, no, I feel like obviously if that's the direction that the organization wants to take next year, conversations have led to being back at a starter. But if that's a direction, like, that's an area they need help with early on in the year and whatnot, and that's something I can help do. I feel like if we gave it a second go, that I'd be much more prepared for it now.
This has been a not a great first inning so far.
Yeah, it's gone quick.
I'm not gonna lie. I like postseason baseball when it's quick and low scoring. Like, yeah. I don't like. I mean, look at the game last night, right?
Yeah.
Fried and Crochet both working, deep into the game. I mean, you look at the Red Sox side of things. I mean, they used 2 pitchers, right? I mean, nice and easy. Like, some of the games in the postseason now, like, even if they're low scoring, sometimes they take forever just because it's. Yeah. Okay, the starter goes 4 innings and then, the relievers go 5, but they somehow use like 8 relievers in 5 innings. Like,
right.
As like It's like you don't even know that. Like it's like how is that even possible? But still without giving up runs, they'll use like 8 relievers in 5 innings.
The good news is we saw it yesterday that you really just have to get to that bullpen of the Yankees.
Yeah.
I'm fine. I'm fine with a postseason game taking long if it ends in a Red Sox win.
Okay, that's true, but I mean like in general. I mean in general though, like just a generalized postseason game. Like
it's you've seen it like with the games today. Like I think that both of the teams, obviously, like the Padres went to the bullpen like really early today. They went to Cease only got through like 3 1/3, and it worked out. I mean, obviously the Padres probably have the best bullpen. Certainly the best bullpen in the National League.
Mason Miller was out there hitting a 104.5.
That's disgusting.
Bonkers.
But yeah, and same thing. I feel like in the National League, or the Guardians Tigers game, I felt like there's a lot of bullpen today too. So
the Tigers had Skubal just carry game 1 for them, which last year was literally Tariq Skubal in like a hope and prayer after.
I loved the fact that after he pitched yesterday, everybody was like, "Oh, Crochet's great, but this is why Skubal is probably the Cy Young." And then Crochet went out there and absolutely shoved. Didn't walk anyone. 11 strikeouts.
If they both got the Cy Young, I wouldn't even be mad.
I really don't think anyone could get too upset over either of them winning.
Yeah.
Well, I just know
there are years where it's so obvious, and then there's whatever this is.
I know, like yesterday, like immediately after the Red Sox game went off, it seemed like 30 seconds passed, and then Shohei hit that home run, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And then I drive back and everything from my parents' house, and I get back, and it's 10-2 or something. And I was like, "Wow."
I didn't really watch any of the game. I was so wired after that game ended last night. Like I don't even know how I fell asleep. It was just absolutely.
I didn't fall asleep.
I was going to say that's why I was drinking the pre-workout when this started, because I got a good hour and a half of sleep last night.
Yeah, it really was that kind of a game. Especially, I mean, the end of it was so stressful.
It's also just like when you think about it, it really hasn't been that long, but it feels like the Red Sox hadn't been in the playoffs in 20 years. Like it's a long playoff drought for the Red Sox.
Also, too, like the fact that the series is at Yankee Stadium as well is like, makes it like almost more stressful, because it's like, God forbid, like if Stanton or Judge are up like late in the game, it's like they just have to poke one over the right field, right? It literally for them, literally is a poke,
right? I think that that's the thing. I think Merloni said it earlier today, which is just like the Yankees' whole offense is predicated on them, hitting the ball out of the ballpark, whereas the Red Sox offense is much more sort of scrappy and just trying to push runners across, that kind of thing. And
that's a good cutter.
Yeah, that was a really good cutter.
Yeah, I think obviously Kiefer Bayo as always is getting ahead in the count, not falling behind.
That was a 1-pitch out to start the inning. I didn't even.
It was. Grisham just he got an outside fastball, and he just kind of lifted it lazily out to Duran.
All right, so on major league question here, but Derek mentioned Chad Tracy earlier, and we've talked about it a couple times recently. Just with a couple weeks ago, he set the Worcester franchise record for most wins. At the end of the year, Worcester's now had 4 straight winning seasons under him in all 4 years he's managed there. And we've been talking about how very strong chance he's getting a major league opportunity, or at least he deserves a major league opportunity. What was it like playing under him? Because he just seems like a phenomenal manager.
Oh, it was awesome. It was a very seamless transition from Epi to him. Both of them are just really like calming presence in the locker room and everything. And they know their players really well. Having Trace there to kind of lean on, as well as Dan and Junis through the whole transition to the bullpen, even struggling and everything, kind of like keeping me out of ruts and stuff like that, of just beating myself up and letting it get to me too much. They did a great job of kind of like conveying to me like I'm not the first person to go through this trying to switch to the pen, and I won't be the last. And just his knowledge for the game is unbelievable. When to bring guys in, what situations to bring them in, and stuff like that. So it's a really personable manager with the players. So it's a lot of fun to play for a guy like that.
Yeah, it felt like there was a lot of like him getting his flowers at the end of the season, and I'm not sure if it was specific to the that record that Hunter was talking about.
Shit.
Oh shit!
Man,
Well, what did I mention about just poking the ball over the right field fence?
Yeah, that's a Yankee Stadium homer too. That's infuriating.
Yeah.
You realize that Fenway, that is like
That's a
line.
fly
That's
out
a
the
line
winner.
out.
And
That's not even a fly out. It's a line out. That's
364.
barely even a fly ball. Oh, great.
This is why
it's gonna sound biased. I don't like the fact that all 3 games are at the home teams or at the higher seeds team field. I
Yeah.
think that's absurd.
I feel like, especially as a team, underseeded team, like if you force a game 2 or even 3, like you should get the last game at your place. Like you earn that.
Or like you could do like it would be kind of hard to do it, but like if like whatever team wins game 1 gets game 2 at home, and then if game and that because then like if the home team wins game 1, they keep game 2 at home.
Yeah.
And then
that was not. It was only a home run in 13 parks, and it would not have been a home run at Fenway.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
But the flip side, of course, is that there's plenty of balls that go out at Fenway that wouldn't be homers otherwise.
Yes,
that is true.
But and
there's also a lot of line drives off the monster that would be homers elsewhere, not at Fenway.
I'm gonna
that guy kind of looks like Tyler Milliken.
Yeah, the Yankees, Tyler Milliken. My counter to the whole thing is like I am. I'm pretty old school. Like when I first started watching baseball, there was no division series. Like went right to the league championship series. I think baseball is a sport with 162 games. The regular season has to mean something. I think that it's the longest regular season of all the sports. And I think that like this is the sort of the balance point of having this series be all at the home seed and like the lower seeded teams being at such a disadvantage is the sort of balance between the unending desire of Major League Baseball to make money off the players and the having the regular season still mean something. Because I wish it was still the way it was in the early 90s. I wish it was just 4 teams getting in. But now it's it's whatever, and they expanded, and so they changed. Then they moved to 3 divisions and whatever. But like to me, if you're squeaking into the playoffs and in the 5th or 6th spot, I do think it should be as hard as possible to move through. Now we saw like with the Diamondbacks a couple of years ago, it didn't matter. They went all the way to the World Series from that last seed, so anything can happen. But they do everything. Major League Baseball, I think, is right to do everything in their power to make it easier for the teams that do better over 162 games and make it much harder for the teams that squeak in. That's just
my biggest gripe is that you have a division winner that has to play in the wild card round. That's like my biggest gripe with it. But like I also am a proponent, like if Major League Baseball really wants to expand and go to like 32 teams, they should just go to 2 divisions in each league. And then you have the divisions will be larger. You'll have like 8 teams per division, but like both division winners then automatically get a bye, and then it's just the next 4 best teams.
One thing that I think this is just on my mind while we're talking about this, that I didn't really think of until late in the season, is when we started talking about all the tiebreakers and like how because they've basically done away with like the game 163, like during everything like you get in the playoffs based off of a tiebreaker. And I was thinking to myself, like, I think that like, to me, maybe teams are already considering this during the season, how you play teams in the league, not just in the division, but in the league, it like affects things to me. Like you have to it turns out that like if you're the Red Sox, the random games in May that you played against the Tigers end up being like super important. And so it was interesting because that to me tells me like if you're a team like say you're the Red Sox and you're playing like Cora actually brought up last night the game where they gave Crochet only 85 pitches against the Mets. Like,
yeah,
I wonder if how strategic that was that they circled on the calendar. They were like, if Crochet is going to pitch in this series against the Mets, he's only going 85 games because like it's a long season. We need to keep him healthy, but also B, that game against the Mets doesn't matter for a tiebreaker at the end of the year. So I could see like teams, if they're smart, like they rest guys in those games against the other league, like that kind of thing. I don't know. It just occurred to me. It's like, wow, every game against another team in your league is actually like really important. But anyway.
I know something I actually thought about, I don't even know if it was today or recently, was how funny it is, just off the topic of pitch counts, how little like a lot of people realize how big of a deal pitch counts are in the minor leagues. For like specifically me, and I've seen other guys are like, oh, he doesn't go deep into games, like blah 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 blah. And it's like we're only supposed to throw 65 pitches. Like we can't go out there and throw 100 pitches and stuff like that.
So controlled.
Yeah, it is very very scripted on pitch counts and stuff. Like that's why I got lucky early on in the year for that 7 innings against Altoona. Like pretty much. That's where Epi comes in as like a player manager, and he's like, "Oh, I gotta give it to him." Like when I think I threw 80 something pitches that game. My pitch count was probably 70 something.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think that like most people, if they don't follow it super closely, the minor leagues, they don't realize just how closely planned out basically everything.
Oh yeah.
Is. For where pitch counts for pitchers, what pitches are thrown in what situations, where guys play in the field, how many at bats they get in the course of a game or a week, like how many starts there is. It's 6 games, and like it was funny. We were doing our giving out our awards for the end of the year for all the different levels, and we're looking at guys like playing different positions, and like catcher was a good example where it was like. The guys that we were considering voting for, most of them didn't catch more than like 50 or 55. Like that was the most I feel like that anybody caught this year. I think it was probably Brandon caught like 55 games this year, or something like that. And I know like, some of it is because of injury and some of it is because of wanting to work guys in at other positions, but that's just kind of how that was kind of how it goes. So
I think
also prescripted.
I think in Portland at one point we had 6, maybe 7 different first basemen working in over there. I mean, we had Brooks, we had Drew, T-Mill before he got, or Ferguson worked in, Tibbs worked in. Like it just seemed like anybody in it. We were wondering when Mikey was going to get over there or something like that.
Yeah.
Or even Liendo. We were messing with Liendo that he's got to go buy a first baseman.
By the way, Hunter was, I think, vindicated by the fact that in our nominations we did kind of snub Liendo from the defensive. I think it was just infielder, right? Like defensive infielder.
Yeah.
No, it was defensive player because
no,
we had.
Like I'm talking about our awards. Like I think it was
because we had 3 outfielders and 1 infielder in our defensive player of the year.
Oh, okay. So we did. I wasn't sure if we did defensive outfielder and defensive.
No, we just did defensive player, but like it only we only had 1 infielder among our nominees. Although we did have a write-in option, so
we left Liendo off the list, and Hunter was like, "What? Why did
you guys at least had Nelly in there, right?"
Yeah. Of course. Yeah, but Nelly,
okay.
I think Nelly was our pick. We picked Nelly.
Yeah. Nelly's gross.
My feeling was that we gave it to him last year too, and I didn't see any reason not to give it to him again this year. But Liendo ends up winning it. Actually, like the organization.
Yeah.
The awards ends up winning it. So
I know a really slept on guy. A lot of us feel like is just a gamer in the field is Seamus. Seamus is definitely a guy that flies under the radar for especially his defensive capabilities. But like especially when it's just like when he got up the AAA each time last year, this year, it's like he just turns it up a little bit, and it's like it kind of what you see out of like Sogard, that guy that will stretch an extra base and stuff like that. That kind of goes unnoticed.
Yeah.
Can't hear you, Hunter.
Yeah, for whatever reason, I can't hear you. Oh, because
Yeah, I turned my mic off. I said him and Fergie both had really strong like last 2 or 3 weeks in Worcester.
Oh yeah.
Also, I was looking for it. That's why I had muted myself. When you were talking about the people not understanding pitch counts, there's like 5 different times this year where I've tweeted someone's stat line in any minor league level, and they have 4 2/3 innings, and the amount of times people comment under them like, we don't even have prospects who can go 5 innings, and I'm like, I don't know how many times people have to be told that prospects are on strict pitch counts. It's the same thing with like an injury with like, it was the whole thing with Marcelo Meyer always. It was like they baby prospects. You use kid gloves on prospects, because if a prospect gets hurt in a single A game, someone's getting fired. Like,
oh yeah,
and if it's an avoidable injury, obviously.
It's like we build up to where we finally kind of in that June area. Finally, they're like, all right, you got 90 pitches, you can go. And then all of a sudden, a month later, you hit All-Star break, and it's back to 65 for a couple of weeks. And it's like, so people will come out of All-Star break. Like, I think me, Early, Tully, all of us threw 4 innings maybe in our starts, and everybody was like, why are they only going 4? And it's like, well, we just had 4 days off away from the team. Like, yeah, we still tried to play catch. It's like they're just monitoring us. Like, and not all teams do it, because we would play guys at the beginning of the year. I remember we played Bowling Green, I think, second week, and
well, we lost David. Oh, he's back.
but we were in Bowling Green, and I was in Bowling Green, and I actually knew their starter, and he was all of a sudden out there for 7 innings and 100 pitches the second week of the season. And like, as players, like in other orgs, we look at that and we're like, Jesus, dude, like, are you good? Like, how's that arm feeling? And most of the times they're like, dude, it's brutal that early. Like, so it's nice. Obviously, your body gets acclimated to getting built up like that. So
spin it.
Bang.
There we go.
Bang.
Quick inning.
There we go. I couldn't pick a better person to ground into a double play for a Red Sox Twitter there.
I mean, it's the weak home run. Red Sox can hit him too.
Yeah, it took a while for the Red Sox bats to get
when
going.
Massa gets another pinch hit, like 2 RBIs.
And I said it earlier, you just got to get to the bullpen, man. This bullpen's been bad.
And it's wild too, because on name value they should not be bad. Like,
no, I mean, it's like all guys that have closed like other places, you know.
I still think the funniest possible thing that could happen would be Devin Williams going to the Red Sox in the offseason and becoming good again. I genuinely don't know if there's anything funnier that could happen than Devin Williams leaving in free agency and becoming Devin Williams again.
Double agent Devin Williams.
It would be obviously very funny if that happened here. I would. My opinion is I don't believe, like, maybe lefties, but I don't, like, you know.
Oh yeah, I don't think the Red Sox will be going after.
The bullpen
it just would be hilarious.
The Red Sox don't have to like worry about the bullpen.
Yeah,
next year, like, because of like.
Well, there's like 50 million pitchers that are, you know, fighting for 13 spots. I mean, let's be completely honest here.
But like, what I'm saying is like, you look at the fact that they you know, Chapman was extended, Whitlock is here for a while, Slayton, those guys are all on like the first deals, Murph, like, Hicks is here. I mean, look, to be totally honest, like, I think like Hicks, it's a good situation because he, I said this, you know, when they sent him, when he got hurt, I felt like the Red Sox bullpen is in a good spot where they don't, like, they've kind of insulated themselves from Jordan Hicks needing to be like a super critical part of the bullpen. I mean, you see like what's going on this year, and I think like he just has to have an off season, just getting himself right, like whatever way it is, whether it's physical, mental, like working within the Bailey system for the off season. I maybe I'm the only person that has any faith in Jordan Hicks, but
I have faith in Jordan Hicks.
I think the stuff is just there. Like a guy
I have faith in Andrew Bailey.
Yeah, exactly. And Bailey,
that's the big one for me.
If Jordan
I
Hicks
have
gets
faith
on the
in the Andrew
throwing
Bailey
program,
pitching.
can Jordan Hicks be back up to 104, 105?
yeah, like that's the thing.
Is that a possibility? Because if that's a possibility,
it really is crazy. I mean, obviously, some of these guys are free agents, but looking at the 40 man,
it's bonkers.
Like you're gonna have to figure things out. Luis Perales, the 60 day. There's Sandoval and Houck and Witkowski, Hendricks, Guerrero, Dobbins, Crawford. Like absurd.
It's
Luis Guerrero. Like right now, I'm looking at I'm just looking at Sox prospects. They have Luis Guerrero in Worcester, and it's like, and we've been begging to see Luis Guerrero basically all year in the big leagues for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of takes that Luis Guerrero was going to be the closer at some point this year. And, I mean, obviously he got hurt and stuff like that. But David, I do want to ask you, all year long, there's been we talk. Not everybody talks about this, but we talk about this on our show. We talk about guys that are Rule 5 eligible and could get added to the 40-man roster. And I'm just curious, does that stuff enter your mind, and has it entered your mind as this sort of off season's gotten started?
Yeah, I mean, I would be lying if I said it. I haven't thought about it from time to time, obviously, with it being Rule 5 year and everything. And talk to Dobbins about it. Obviously, he went through it last year, so being able to talk to him kind of through how it all works and everything like that. Obviously, my hope is to stay with the organization. Love it in Boston. Love it, the staff. Love the organization. Love the people in it. Love the fans. So really, really hoping it works out that way. Other guys obviously think about it the same way. But no, one of the things I actually talked to kind of on what you guys were just talking about to Dobbins yesterday is just we have so many talented pitchers, and it's a good problem to have. It's just everybody's just awesome. Obviously, we have Tolley and Early getting up there, Harrison getting up there, and then you have the guys that were already up there. You got guys that we drafted like Kyson, Phillips. Those guys they're going to be legit. We got guys that in AA that didn't make it up that like Mullins, he's legit. Weehunt's legit. All of those guys, a lot of guys that people may not know as casual fans that those guys are very capable of helping the team very, very soon as well. So it's a good problem to have, but it's definitely it's crowded. So something's going to happen at some point. So it's just you try not to think about it, and you try not to think it's going to be you, but part of you in the head is I wonder what's going to happen, but you can't let it, I can't let it do that. I got to just still go every day in the off season, get my work in. Cause you
can only control what you can control, right?
Exactly.
At the end of the day, whatever's going to happen, they're going to do. It's out of your control. And if it's in Boston, it's in Boston. If it's with the Red Sox or if it's with someone else, I think it's a good attitude to have.
And then also to the point, if I have the career I want to have, obviously I'll play baseball for a while, and you never know if it doesn't work out and I can't be with Boston right now. Down the road, that's a possibility. Maybe I come back.
Safe.
Doggy.
Okay, just real quick while we had the bundle laid out. I feel like everyone just forgot the fact that Santa Rafaela had maybe the best at bat or the best play
and then
last night.
So
and then he just threw another
unbelievable.
But
Unbelievable.
And for a guy too who has been labeled as a free swinger of sorts, and
right.
I mean his bat to ball skills are bonkers. There are times in the minor leagues we've talked about it where a pitch could be 2 inches above the dirt and he'd somehow hit a single off it. And it's how do you do that? And for him to draw that walk, which, like I said, it's kind of getting overshadowed by the Sogard hustle double by obviously Yoshida's pinch hit single. That's a massive. That was a massive at bat.
Yeah, that was possibly the key at bat of the entire game.
Yeah, and as a pitcher, that definitely takes a toll on you. Throwing all those pitches, especially when they're throwing when you throw a good pitch and a guy spits on it and it forces that kind of long at bat like that, where you expect him to chase, you're okay, shoot, now it kind of will change your game plan and everything. and that's where like you can get in trouble and carrying it into over other ABs. So having that at bat probably did more for the other ABs than a lot of people realize.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then too, you get someone like Rafael on the bases. They're like then it puts pressure on the defense, and then obviously the Sogard hit, and now you get runners at second and third. Just really puts pressure on the entire like team as a whole. Yeah, that's the thing too. Like I think a lot like it's almost like not exactly the same, but like a lot of people remember like the Dave Roberts steal a second, and they remember obviously Ortiz with the walk off later in the game, but like. People forget, like some people will forget, like the fact that no, Millar did draw the walk, like against Mariano, right? Like obviously different situation, right? But like it is, but like there is some parallels in that sense where it's like the guy who started it almost gets forgotten by the kind of I guess bigger actions in a way.
That was Weaver in the game, right? At that point,
yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I guarantee. He was thinking, and I guarantee it was both sides. Like when he got to Yoshida, I guarantee he thought like, I need to get in the zone with need to get ahead right here. And Yoshida was probably thinking, okay, he just threw 16 pitches to two guys. Like he's going to try to be in the zone this pitch. So that's where that kind of can come into play.
Yeah. So let's talk about Sogard a little bit. I mean, obviously that was great. The bunt there, getting it down perfectly. Like the play, obviously hitting the ball last night, and then also stretching that into the double. Let's watch this pitch here.
Oh,
here we go. Yes,
fucking Trevor Story.
All right, there we go.
God, I love him.
What a year! What a year for Trev.
Yes.
I mean, that's such a beautiful piece right there.
Genuinely insane to look back on May 31st and think about how much
May
the fans
31st
wanted him gone.
Hell, May 31st, like
yeah, he tracked the slider
like,
perfectly. I mean, yeah, it's just and he's made such a big difference, I think, with other guys too. Like being like he's one of these guys that I feel like the last couple years it was hard for him to be like a leader. Like I think he's always been that guy, but when you're hurt, you're not really playing. It's hard to be that guy.
Almost like Grissel, almost.
I feel like this year he was able to do it. But I want to go back because I was bringing up Sogi, and it's same thing. He same comes up again. Like David, like what is it like to play with a guy like that? Like he just seems like he is so fundamentally sound. He does so much right, and is just such a smart ball player. Like, what does that do for a team to have a guy like that?
Oh, it's awesome. The guy, he puts in his work harder than anybody else. So, when those situations comes up where you need something clutch, that's one of the guys that's the most prepared. And then as a pitcher, obviously, like having him out there, like when you do mound visits and stuff, he's usually the guy coming up and like reassuring you and everything. So just knowing that you have a guy that is known for making those plays behind you, it's really reassuring.
Yeah. That was.
Did anyone catch what Rodon's pitch count was at?
I think he's up over 40 at this point, like 40, 45. I can check, but
I'm looking right now. He's at 40 on the dot. Bayo's at 20.
Yeah. They made him. I mean, he breezed through really the first two innings, especially the second inning. So it was good to get him working there. It would have been nice to get a little bit more there, but that was a good turn by Jazz, honestly.
Yeah. I part of me hates Jazzism, or hates maybe a stronger, dislikes Jazzism, not because he's not even because he's good. It's literally just the fact that he's on the Yankees. It's like I liked him when he was with the Marlins, and now he's on the Yankees. I'm just like, yeah, I don't like you anymore. I'm like, no, like
my truck and move it.
Like, oh, you're excited about going to the Yankees? Oh, I dislike you even more because you're happy about going there. Like,
yeah,
no.
like I would like Jazz Chisholm a lot more if he would play for, and I'd like him if he was on any other team.
I do want to also mention, Jake, you said how like I was vindicated with the Abram Leendo thing. You were vindicated last night because Alex Cora might have had one of the greatest managerial postseason performances of all time in that game.
Pulled every right lever and, taking advantage of honestly Boone's mistakes too. Like, I think that just like the ability to stick with lefties the whole way, keep it so that like Chisholm was like not a non-factor, and that Rice didn't even get in the game. You know, the right pinch hitter is pinch hitting Massa in that spot. Like, you know, Lowe came up and pinch hit, and he came up with 2 outs in an inning, and he hit the ball really hard, but it just went. I think he kind of line drive, but just went right to whoever was. I think it was in. I think it went to Judge.
Aaron Judge, yeah.
And,
Because the broadcast acted like it was the greatest catch of all time.
yeah.
Yep.
That is true. I looked at that. I'm like, they're acting like that's a great catch. Like,
It was a good catch,
but, like,
it still takes athleticism.
when
But it
Cedar
was just like
Rafael
you
is in
genuinely
center
would have
field-
thought he Willie Mays did
There-
out there.
when Cedar Rafael is in center field, anything Aaron Judge does is not nearly as impressive. Like it's for when Cedon's on the other side in center, like just like that, like even Willier, right? You take Willier and right, like because they both might win Gold Gloves this year. Like Cedon will make a ball in the gap look like it's like it was hit right at him sometimes. It's just like, yeah, no, it's like it's stupid. He makes great catches look easy. And like, this isn't a thing on about Judge. This is just like in general. There are some like not great outfielders that might make a diving play and it looks amazing, and then you're like, yeah, they probably could have just like sat under it for like a good couple seconds. When you kind of watch it back, and you're like, oh yeah, that guy got like a god awful jump. There's been like clips on like social media, but like about like it's like you look at it, you see the clip, and you just see like the guy almost like froze for like 2 seconds before he actually read the ball.
There's the one Twitter account that like does that with the catch probabilities and stuff, like, and
it's just exposing
you don't-
outfielders.
yeah, they're like, oh, everybody thought this was an amazing catch, but this catch probability was like 75-80% or something like that. They had like a negative 10-foot jump or something. I was like, why can't we just say it's a good catch? Like, it looked pretty good, so it was a good catch.
Well, the thing is though, is like you kind of mix the fact that like when you have a guy like Cedon and Willier out in the outfield, and even Duran, but Cedon probably was winning the Platinum Glove this year, and Willier won the Gold Glove last year. This is why I'm kind of keying in on those two. Like we saw them like in Worcester at times together, and like it was bonkers, right, defensively, and now obviously in the big leagues they're doing it. It's like it's almost something that I feel like watching as many Red Sox games as we do, we kind of just get used to it in a way.
Yeah,
it's like seeing those guys like run balls down in the gap or like throw guys out. It almost becomes normal, and it's almost the issue the 2018 Red Sox had, and when like kind of like when the 2018 team, when you have Benintendi, Bradley, and Betts, and then you kind of get into kind of the post Betts era when you start having not like absurdly good defensive outfielders in the outfield.
that's the plays I'm talking about out of Sogard.
And Nick Sogard right there making a good play. Just
he's
like defense
just
as a whole,
smooth.
right? I mean, like there's like no shot at like other people. Like there are times the last couple of years, like Red Sox had guys playing like they like Chuck and Kyle Schwarber at first base, for example, is a perfect example. It's like Kyle Schwarber really shouldn't have been playing first base, right? Like there was a game I was at, and Romy Gonzalez is at shortstop, and I love Romy, but I'm like, why is Romy Gonzalez playing shortstop? Like, I love Romy, but like, and it might have been the game, like it might have been like the game he got hurt, like in 2024. It might have been like beginning of the year, or like the game right before he got hurt or something. And I'm like, why is Romy playing short? Like, there's other people like Romy can play second base, like great. I'm like, Romy hasn't played short in like a little bit. Like this is like, I think too the entire spring training he hadn't played shortstop, and it was like right after because it was right after the Story injury last year. And I'm like,
Yeah.
It's like, do we not have? It's like, is there not a shortstop we can put at shortstop? And it's not a shot against Romy. Like, Romy's a good second baseman, good at first base, but it's like Romy didn't even play shortstop in spring training, I don't think, that year. And I was like, okay.
Worcester started last year at Lehigh Valley, so I was at the first 2 games, and Romy Gonzalez was a freak of nature in those games.
It's weird because
hitting
like
everything so hard.
Well, it's weird too because like there's some times where it's like too like you put Schwarber at first base and it works, right? You put someone where they shouldn't be and it works out, and then there are times you put someone in a spot where maybe you think it should work and it doesn't work, right? I mean, it's just kind of the state of baseball. It's like sometimes things work, sometimes don't. But kind of going back to the point, like when you have guys like The Red
That's
Sox.
it for Bayo.
Wow.
Wow.
Torres is
All right.
pulling the levers tonight.
Well, only used one pitcher last night, so
That's true.
he got a lot tonight.
Who's coming in now?
I think it's Wilson. He was warming up.
Yeah. But kind of on the outfield point, like you get like you have the guys now that the Red Sox have. It's like they're just so good defensively. It makes just like the normal defenders look less than normal or less than average. I mean, the average guys look less than average. It almost like you feel bad almost because like you see it. Like I love Masataka Yoshida, but he might be the slowest. He might take the smallest steps I've ever seen any player take in my life. Like love him, but like. So like he's got the most perfect running form, but like his feet move like 10 inches. It is the most perfect, beautiful running
To be
form,
fair,
though.
you can't call him slow when the Red Sox are actively playing against Giancarlo Stanton.
Yeah.
No, true. Like Giancarlo playing any outfield nowadays is like
that video of him, I think from last year, getting thrown out at home by like 74 steps is genuinely one of the funniest videos of all time. He just doesn't have it anymore, man. Like obviously he hits the ball very hard and everything.
Yes.
But
Who do you got in a race? Stanton now or Pujols' last season?
I don't know, man.
If Pujols is managing the
bad.
Angels next year potentially. I mean, maybe we can get them to race when the Yankees. But
Albert Pujols, I still think one of the most disrespectful things of all time was his last year. It might have even been like his last 2 years. MLB The Show had him at 0 speed.
Oh my god!
I just feel like that shouldn't be a thing. Like, give him 1 speed.
Yeah, give him
0
one.
speed literally means
You
can't
not in
move.
a wheelchair.
I think the guy
Hey, that's
zero
disrespectful
speed.
to Kenny Kawaguchi. Okay. Yes. Backyard
All the guys
baseball
with 0
legend.
speed. I think Grandal had 0 speed. Yachty had
he
0
did.
speed.
Dude,
like
I don't
even
even think Ortiz didn't even have 0 speed.
Yeah, he had like 11. He had like 11 or something like that.
Ortiz
But
can
it's
steal
also-
a base every now and then. It did happen.
Hey, speaking of stolen bases, Masataka Yoshida might be the greatest base stealer in the history of Major League Baseball. He's never gotten caught.
What is he, like 13 for 13 or something?
Yeah, something bonkers like that. Like he's just, like I said, beautiful running form. Like
I feel like that's kind of a cheat code when it comes to steals, is being not that fast. As long as you're not as long as you're not stealing bases all the time.
and Josh Naylor stole
Yoshida
30
gets on
bases
first.
this year.
No one
as
is
did
thinking
Juan
he's
Soto.
stealing second base. No one's thinking that.
Like I said, Josh Naylor and Juan Soto both stole 30 bases this year.
Juan Soto being 2 steals away from a 40-40 season
It's
and the Mets
bonkers.
not making the playoffs is one of the grossest things of all time.
Oh man.
No, that is actually stupid. Like the fact Juan Soto stealing 38 bases in this season just feels like I feel that literally feels like that would happen on MLB The Show and not in real life.
Yeah.
I don't think that would happen in a video game.
Actually, yeah,
He doesn't
probably
have the
wouldn't.
speed. He genuinely wouldn't be able to.
That's true. That's true.
Man, I think he would have had him too if he got the transfer.
He didn't even catch it. That's the problem. You got to catch it.
I'm Cody
Well,
Bellinger is another one that terrifies me. I feel like
Yeah,
he gets a
he's so
hit
good.
every at bat against the Red Sox.
Feels like it. But
yeah, just someone send Cody Bellinger like back to the Dodgers just so he's like as far away as possible.
Nice.
There we go.
it's good spot
All
for
right.
that.
Any out?
Yeah, I mean, he's trying to get these two guys right here. But it's, I mean, so the question becomes like, where do you get length here? Like, obviously
Harrison, maybe?
Maybe another Zach Kelly masterpiece is what
I think. I mean, you could. I definitely feel like you could see Kelly for multiple innings tonight.
Ed Hand said that it was going to be a 3-inning Zach Kelly save tonight
My
because
thought
all of
process
his
on
all of
Harrison
his
is to get the
disciples
lefties.
are winning right now.
So Harrison pitched on Friday. No, he pitched Friday, right?
Yeah.
That's you could see Harrison for the fact of how many lefties they have in
Yes,
their lineup.
that's what I'm thinking. Because also too, if it forces Boone's hand of either keeping the lefties in
Yeah.
or bringing in the righties, and then if you bring in the righties, like okay, Ben Rice is out of the game now. maybe Jazzy is even out of the game. Although Jose Caballero causes the Red Sox issues, so like I don't want to see him.
Jazz is good for one really gross error too, so I wouldn't mind keeping him in the game.
I'm not gonna. Jose Caballero is like that. What was it when he stole like second and third like back to back earlier in the year when he was with the Rays, and I'm like, and like he had it like easily stolen. I'm just like, yeah, I don't want to see this guy in the postseason, and then he gets traded to the Yankees.
I think the funniest thing about the matchup stuff is like most guys, including myself, like to face their own sided hitters, except for Early. Early, since he has to change up, loves facing right-handed hitters.
Right, well, then that bodes well for tomorrow, if needed.
If needed,
obviously.
this is why Cora is
no offense to Connolly Early. I'd rather not see him pitch in this series because that means the Red Sox win.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking to some other folks. Like it was like no matter what. Cora, even like win or lose last night, Cora was going to manage this game like it was Game 7 of the World Series.
Nice.
Yes.
Right to him.
Beautiful. So yeah, no matter what, because like Sox win the first game, like you got to try to get out of Game 2 with a victory to not have to deal with whatever's going to happen in Game 3. And obviously, if they had lost last night, it's win or go home anyway. So I felt like all along this game, Cora was going to manage it like it was just doing whatever he has to do to win. And that clearly he didn't have conflict. Like Bayo was, I felt like he wasn't giving up, like other than the home run to Rice, I felt like he wasn't giving up like the craziest loud contact, but he also like wasn't missing that many bats. So I think
he definitely beat Judge on that pitch. Judge is just that strong to where he could muscle it into center field.
Yes, 100%. So I definitely think you see multiple innings from Harrison and maybe multiple innings from Kelly. And if you have the lead,
even Whitlock, even
maybe you get right. I mean, if you're in front, like if you get to the 7th.
Oh,
so I guess the question is, do you guys? What do you guys think is going to happen with Chapman? Like, do you think like it's all systems go, or like?
I think it might. You might. I mean, if you have a lead like late, I think. Well, also, I think it also depends on how the pitching lines up because if like hypothetically you get like Harrison, if hypothetically Harrison goes like 3 out of the bullpen, like depending on how it lines up, you might not even like. You could just use Whitlock in the 9th, maybe.
Yeah.
Right. I think.
I think that's a huge plus is the fact that you didn't have to use Whitlock at all last night,
right?
And he could finish the game if you needed to. But my question is just like, I guess maybe it comes down to like, how does Chapman feel? Like, what is he?
Yeah.
100%.
The game?
I think 9th inning 1-run game they're bringing in Chapman. You got it. I obviously it's not win or go home. But it's the playoffs. I feel like you just have to pull the cards.
Yeah,
and if
you worry about tomorrow when tomorrow
has to pitch 3 days in a row.
You win tonight. You have 2 games off. Like, it's
they've done a really good job of not overworking him this year, despite the fact that he pitched a decent amount and was one of the best relievers in baseball.
Also, interesting note I was just thinking about it. Bay only threw like 28 pitches.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What are the odds they flip him and Crochet in the rotation in the division series to give Crochet an extra day of rest?
That's a good point. They could.
I feel like that's a possibility. 100%.
Because then Crochet would pitch game 3, which actually would give him 2 more days of rest after throwing 117 pitches.
Yeah.
Which is also bonkers. The
117th pitch being 100 miles an hour is freaking stupid.
Oh my God.
Stupid.
That made me think of like prime Verlander when like he would start the game throwing 96 and then he end the game throwing like 101. Where did that come from?
I was running errands like 2 weeks ago and it was so freaking gorgeous out. And ended up driving by one of the old fields that I used to play baseball at. And I always have a baseball and a glove in my car. And there was no one there. So I was like, screw it. I'm going to drive up and I'm just going to like walk around a little bit. I was like, maybe I'll throw one to the backstop and see what happens. Really stupid. Went all out on the first pitch. Immediately, I was like, I think I just blew out every single thing on the right side of my body. Like my shoulder blade even was like on fire. I was like, yeah, that was a bad move.
I went to Fenway earlier this year and did like they have like the thing where you can like see how hard you throw. And I'm like, instead I didn't stretch my arm or nothing. And I threw the first one and I'm like, my God, my arm's dead. I'm like,
that's where For the rookie development in the Fenway Fest, it was a very bold move that they put me and Dobbins in charge of that section of Fenway Fest to trust us to not pick up a baseball. And so we couldn't control ourselves, so we did lefty, see who could throw harder lefty. But
Who
I
won?
was like, Dobbins won. I think I got 47. He got like 54 or something like that.
I find it funny how everyone who throws right-handed just like we're almost all like we can't figure out left-handed. We just can't.
Oh no.
It looks like a kid who plays t-ball just learning how to throw. Like it's just like, and it just like never works.
Yep. I mean, I tell people the left side of my body is completely useless other than to catch a baseball. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all I use it for.
Literally.
My mom always swears that I was supposed to be a lefty because when I was younger, I would do everything with my left hand, and she says that she just didn't know how to teach me how to do anything left-handed, so she would show it right-handed, and then I would start doing it right-handed. So I always blame her for me not being a better athlete, but also I don't think she's right because if I was a natural lefty, I wouldn't be as bad as I am with my left hand.
Yeah.
I'm like I can kind of make layups lefty. That's about it.
I can hit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can hit lefty in like wiffle ball, and I tried to. I when I first started playing baseball, I did. Whoa,
Oh my God.
I did legitimately try to be a switch hitter, but I never actually hit left-handed in a real game, and I don't think it would have been good.
There was a kid.
I could do it in wiffle ball though.
There was a kid on my team growing up. He was genuinely, like, not hyperbole, he was the best catcher in the league every single year, like to the point where after 2 games, no one would run on us anymore. Because like Little League, you can just steal every base because catchers aren't. And he genuinely, like, he had a cannon. He was good at actually catching the ball. And his dad made him a switch hitter, and it was so frustrating because he would bat righty against the lefty, and he would hit he would go like 3 for 3. And then a righty would come in and he'd switch lefty. And it was like, he's either going to strike out on 3 pitches or he's going to hit the ball 900 feet. There was no in between.
No in between. Yeah.
And it was like, I feel like if you just let him hit righty, like this could maybe be going better. But
see, like, I don't understand like the want as like a kid to switch it in terms of like I've always thought like if I have like a kid, like if they're somewhat interested in sports, I want to teach them to be a long snapper because you only have one job. If you're the best at that job, you're going to be a millionaire. And you only have to be good at one thing. You don't have to be good at anything else.
Kid from my hometown, or not from my hometown, but a kid from the town that I live in now. It's actually my wife's hometown. Was like his dad played in the NFL, and then he was like a long snapper in the NFL. It was Zach Diossi. His dad was Steve that played for the Giants.
I was looking back at my child because I was one of the like baseball only kids. I only play baseball. I'm I never wanted to play football, but like looking back, I'm like, damn, I should have just tried to be a long snapper. Like, screw, I'm not gonna do anything else for you. Like, there's no blocking, there's no tackling. I'm just gonna snap the ball to the punter.
Dobbins' son will be one of 3 things. He'll be a golfer, a pitcher, or a kicker, and there's no other option on those, just because of who Dobbins is.
Yeah. Comes from a family of there's pitchers, at least I know that.
Yeah, but he swears he was going to be the punter for Texas Tech.
A little Adley Rushman.
Well, Darren Erstad.
Yeah, Adley at least laid out Christian McCaffrey, though.
That's right. Yeah. Oh man, you can always say that.
And the Ravens might need a linebacker with how bad their defense has been playing.
Well, I saw a report today of, I guess, some linebacker went and tried, like, they asked him to come try out for the practice squad, and he was like, I don't want to play for the Ravens. I was like, that's an all-time low.
what the hell was that woman wearing?
It's like a neck up. Like, what was that? It's like a
does anyone remember Brandon
Right?
Jacobs?
Yeah.
The Giants
Yes.
running back. He went to
Yeah.
Boston College, just a massive human. He went to Freedom, I want to say, one of the schools near us. And that is one of like my best friends. That's like his claim to fame is Brandon Jacobs ran through him in high school, like literally on tape, just ran over him and just kept running. And I was like, to be fair, he was like a sophomore at the time. My brother was a senior, or a freshman, maybe I don't know. But and he was like at that time he was like 5'10", 200 pounds. Like, he was just a freaking unit.
Yeah.
We had a lot of people in our. Saquon Barkley went to Freedom, which is right near me. Jahan Dotson went to my high school.
Did you ever see Saquon when he played in high school?
Yes.
What was that?
But
Like?
I think he was a freshman at the time.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, he's still very good.
No one good ever played at or for my high school, at least anytime I was there. The closest thing I got was internet sensation Julian Newman playing against my high school.
Oh God, I can't stand him.
Yeah, it was.
He's a guy that just dribbles, and he's like he's one of the worst basketball players you'll ever see.
He just
literally plays
from like half
standing still because he can't do any. He just dribbles and then he bricks.
He chucks up threes from half court and like bricks or air balls half the time.
I feel like
an internet sensation. Like I feel like I could do that.
Well, he was an internet sensation because he was doing it as like a 10 or he was like
because he was doing it when he was super young. So it was like, look,
and then he got
every once in a while,
and then he got cooked by LaMelo Ball, and then it was.
Yeah, that really was his downfall. Was
he got cooked by LaMelo Ball.
Humiliated him.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember if it was against my high school or not, but I remember watching Trae Young drop 30 in high school, and that was nuts. He was so much better than everybody else on that court. Like I think he only dropped 32 because they pulled him and he didn't play the fourth quarter because he didn't need to.
Yeah, I bet that would have been nuts.
We had who was it? I don't remember who it was. And my big claim to fame was I was in the student section at the basketball game and we made him cry. he was going to Villanova and we just kept chanting Nova rated. And he was very upset at the foul line.
Hey, Julian Newman won some creator boxing match. Good for him, I guess.
I'm still
all them brick shots are going to come with CTE now.
I still will fight to the death that the best athlete to ever come out of Nazareth was a kid in my grade, Chuck DeBillio. He went to Princeton and broke the Ivy League freshman rushing record his freshman year, and then he had a stroke and never played football again. Oh, and even now, like he's like sponsored by Adidas and he just does like CrossFit stuff where he has like a 45-pound weight and just does flips. Like he was just a freak.
Crazy.
I know we had Josh Jacobs' brother at my high school. Josh didn't go to our high school. He went to Nathan Hale, right? No? Somewhere in the Tulsa metro. My roommate's also from my same high school, so asking him for help, phoning a friend there.
My high school had Terrence Brooks, who played for the Patriots for like 2 years.
Okay.
We had Lawrence McRae, who his claim to fame was he was Von Miller's backup when the Broncos won the Super Bowl. And I'm like, and at that time, like when I met Terrence Brooks, he was playing for the Jets, and I'm like, hey, yo, do you want to come play for the Patriots? Because I had moved to Florida at that point, so I was living in Florida, and I think that's when I was going. I'm like, he was playing for the Jets one time. I'm like, hey, can you come play for the Patriots? And then like the next year, he signed for the Patriots, and I'm like, yes.
Did you get any commission for that or no?
No, unfortunately not, but I kind of wish I did.
That would have been sweet.
Someone in the chat is only an hour and a half from Nazareth.
Oh, nice. So growing up in northern New Hampshire, we didn't have a lot, but like I've told you guys this. I've told you guys, Hunter and Derek, this before, that one of my closest friends in high school got drafted in the second round by the Braves in 2006. And then he got traded to the Pirates, and he was an all-star for the Pirates in 2013. Jeff Locke, left-handed pitcher, and still talk to him every now and then. He actually with the trade. It's interesting because Charlie Morton just finished his career. Like he pitched in the last game, right, with the Braves, and like he's kind of Charlie Morton. I think was either drafted the same year as Jeff or around the same time, but they were both in the same trade. Like they got traded from the Braves to the Pirates I think it was for like Nate McLouth. It was in
Legend.
2011, I think, something like that. So, but what I was going to say also was that, like, growing up where I grew up, a lot of ski areas and stuff, we had quite a few really great competitive skiers come out of our area, including a girl that I graduated from high school with who was in the Olympics on the U.S. Alpine team. So that was cool. But yeah, it's a lot of more sort of individual, like, we didn't have any, like, we were really good in football, and I played my junior and senior year, but it wasn't like we had a couple of kids that went and played in smaller colleges and that kind of thing. And
we had so like when my brother was a freshman, he's 2 years older than me. So when he was a freshman, Nazareth was like really bad. They had Kevin Crowboth, who ended up going to Temple, and it was like he was the only good player on the team. And by the time I was a senior, we were like one of the better teams. Now I didn't play. I was a very tiny child. I still blame that one. I blame on my dad because he always says how he was a late bloomer. And a couple of years ago, my mom actually showed me she had found the like the physical form from the nurses that the nurses do every year.
Oh, stay in.
Jazz
swing. Oh.
Jazz is so lucky that just happened.
3-0.
That would have been wild.
See, this is why Masaki Yoshida is amazing, because he never swings on a 3-0 count. Literally never has, including his time in Japan. Never has swung on a 3-0 pitch.
But my mom found the form. My freshman year of high school, I was 4'10", 92 pounds. Like, come on, man. I'm 6 foot now, but like, I stopped playing football after 8th grade or 7th grade because I was going, like, that was when you could play like little league, whatever you want to call it, football up until 7th grade. And then you had to go to middle school football. And it was like, I can't, like, I'm just so much smaller than everyone else. I'm going to die. So that's just, I didn't hit my like big growth spurt until between junior and senior year of high school.
That's when I got mine too. Think I went into my junior year like 5'9", $140, $150, and then by the time senior year started, I was 6'3", like still only like 180. But so I didn't get above 200 pounds till I think my second year of junior college. I finally put on some weight.
Yeah.
No, I was always the short kid when I was little, but I think it's because I was born like almost 3 months premature. So like I was like barely 3 pounds when I was born.
Holy
so
crap.
I think like part of why I was like always a small kid when I was young, when I was like elementary school and even early middle school, is because I was just like because I was born so early. And then, but I also got terrible genes. The tallest person in my family that I'm aware of is like 5'10". And
you
like
and Jake, right? Isn't that your
like
family
in
too?
my direct family, just like both my parents and then my grandparents, I'm the tallest one. And it's like
yeah, it's that same thing for me. I'm the tallest one. You know what's bad is I've kind of started to shrink, which is bad. Like I was
You're not helping the Derek bullying.
Oh, nice. Oh,
Your
wow.
age.
Brag on the Johnny Allen.
that is true on her. That doesn't help.
No, like I was always 5'9". I always used to say I was 5'10", but I was really 5'10".
See, I always round up to 5'10" because I'm like 5'9" and 3/4.
And then I went for a physical like a couple weeks ago, and they measured me, and they were like, "Yeah, you're 5'8.5". I'm like, "Fuck you, I'm 5'8". No, but my dad is 5'6", my mom's 5'4", and my sister is 4'11". And my grandmother was like, I think when my grandmother lived to be like 91, by the time she died, she was probably about 4'8". Like,
oh no, the woman in my family are just short. My mom's 5 foot on a good day. My grandmother's was 5 foot. Now she's like 4'11", and my other grandmother was 5'1".
What I was gonna say was like when I was in 7th grade, that's when I had my growth spurt then. So I was like the tallest kid in the class. But then by the time like 8th, 9th grade rolled around, I was like a bunch of kids that shot up past me. Like I was like the big kid in the class. Other than that,
I got lucky and got my height from my mom. Luckily, she's 6'1", I think. Played college basketball, so lucked out. She gave me the height. Stole it from my sisters too. They didn't get the height, so I guess I'll take it.
See, I tell my sister because I have a twin sister. She's like, so she's the tallest like woman in my family, and she's 5'4". And I'm like, if you were 5'1", like all the other women, I could maybe be 6 feet tall. Like, give me the like, yeah. Let me take those the 3 inches, and like, my roommate's looking at me, staring at me, like, what the hell's wrong with you? Because my roommate's 6'3". So yeah, I did not get the great genes.
That's the thing that's really weird about being in sports and stuff is like I won't feel tall or anything until I like just go to like an airport or just go out in like public because around the guys that I'm with all the time, they're all also 6'1" or like you got Tully who makes you feel tiny. So like you're always around the guys same size, bigger than you. So it's not until I like go to an airport I'm like, okay, I'm still above average size. So like
I remember the first time I went to Worcester and I was standing next to Von Griss and I'm like, oh God, I feel short. Like I'm like this is I don't like this.
Yeah, you don't really think about it when you watch the games, and it's even like basketball. Like you don't even really think about it when you're watching the basketball games, because everyone is like the same height ish, and then you're like close to these guys, and it's wild.
It is.
Rafaela is not tall.
No,
Rafaela is probably about my height. And he's just small. Like he's a small.
St. On was like what? Remember like the Little League World Series video of him, and like it was like 5 foot. It was like 4'8" or 4'9" at like 12 years old. Like
it's a good pitch.
Also, we should probably talk the Yankees players having facial hair. As much as I felt like their no facial hair rule was stupid, it just doesn't look right.
It feels weird.
It feels weird. I mean,
facial, especially
part of me liked it in a way in terms of from the Red Sox side of things. It's like if there are players who really like their facial hair or like their long hair, are they ever going to want to play for the Yankees?
I don't think that's really
the flip side of that is that the Yankees tend to pay guys a lot. So
that's true.
I still think the most messed up thing though was Darnell McDonald. They had that man cut his braids and then released him the next day. He was on the roster for like 2 days.
Yeah,
Come on,
and
man.
it was, and they were playing the Red Sox as well, and they were like, "Oh, he's gonna tell us what their signs are," and then
like
the Red Sox
maybe warn the guy though and be like, "Hey, we'll circumvent the rule for you here because you're gone in 2 days."
That's.
I forgot that.
And then you had Odor looked pretty rough without the beard too.
Yeah, some guys need the beard.
Yes, Devin Williams, like earlier this year.
Yeah,
like that was a rough one.
Well, you know what was funny was like Goldschmidt like shaved off all his facial hair, and then they announced that they were changing the policy, and he was just like, "Nah, I'm just not."
I already did it, so might as well.
Yeah.
Or Nestor Cortez growing out a beard in the off season.
Yeah.
And then and then during the season having to shave it and just have the mustache, and then to get back to the off season again, he grow the beard back. And then he gets
look at Glaber. Like Glaber looks like he was born with a beard. Like it's weird to think of him without it now.
I think that was my favorite thing about the rule is seeing any player that leaves the Yankees just 2 days later they had a full beard.
Full beard.
Yeah.
They have imagine if 2013 Mike Napoli had to play for the Yankees. He'd go from that big beard to just being a totally different person.
But that was the thing. Like that was always the opposite. Like you're saying, Derek. It's like you think of the 03 and the 04 Red Sox, and
Johnny Damon.
and the difference with the Yankees, and same thing like the 13 Red Sox with all the beards and stuff.
See, I have the unfortunate thing I can't grow a beard to save my life.
I'll always be clean shaven. It's bad.
I can try to get a little bit of hair under here, and that's it. And I'm just yeah. I mean, it's good in some ways, right? But I'm just I look like a teenager who can't grow a beard.
That's it. It's for me, it's the mustache and the beard. It'll grow to the little puberty stash in a day, and then it'll if I don't shave for 3 weeks, it'll still look the same. And it's really just don't do anything at all then if you're gonna. if you're going to not grow more, because it's terrible. I'm enjoying not being able to hear the broadcast that much.
Yeah, it's nice
Because I have a bad feeling that they were just going crazy over that.
Aaron Judge. Oh my god! Like the thing is, Aaron Judge is great, but like you don't need to tell us that he's great. We can see it. Like
Yeah,
we
have eyes.
Yes, we have eyes. Like, or it's like Shohei, and like it's like
It's just
I love Shohei, but like we know Shohei's amazing. Like you don't need to tell us. The guy pitches, throws 100 miles per hour, can hit a ball 150 miles per hour.
It's annoying, but like that is they're gonna prop up the guys that they know are gonna get them views and clicks and money and.
Oh, definitely.
It's like people it's like with like LeBron fatigue, and now it's Nikola Jokic fatigue, and it's like it's just they're gonna talk about the best players because they're the ones that are gonna make them money.
Yeah. Well, you have like the LeBron thing. People are like, there was a tweet that like LeBron acknowledged it, and I forget where he acknowledged it, but it was like someone said, "Thank God LeBron's 30." Something like, "Thank God LeBron's 30. He can't be."
Yeah, we won't have to deal with this for much longer. Yeah. That gets brought up all the time.
And then the person did the same tweet 10 years later when he turned 40.
40, yeah.
And it's like he's 41. Wait till LeBron turns 50.
All the people I saw, like the big trend last year for sports gambling was like the people throwing like 10 grand or whatever, 50 grand on LeBron to score 10 points because he's done it every single game in his career. But it only pays out like $500.
That stuff that amazes me. I could be a billionaire. I would never have the balls to do that on such a small payout. It's what Floyd Mayweather does it all the time. He'll post a ticket where it's like $1 million bet to win 20,000, and I'm like, dude, is it worth it? Like,
no.
But I mean, he's Floyd Mayweather. He has, he's got
but still.
Or
like, that's the equivalent of me making a $1 bet where I'll win 2 cents, and it's like I'm just not going to make that bet.
When Drake starts throwing out bets, that's how you know it's not going well.
When
Drake, oh god, the Drake curse is like. I remember.
Yeah, there was a stretch where it was real bad.
Oh, I remember watching UFC fights and it'd be like Drake bet for this guy. I'm like, why? I'm like, can you stop betting for all the people I like, Drake? Like he bet for like Israel Adesanya, and then that's when he lost to Alex Pereira, and I was like, what the hell, man? I'm like, why you do this to me?
Now you have the like book it with Trent guy or whatever. He's like a big personality on gambling Twitter, and everybody says he's cursed. People will throw money at him to bet like for the other, like if someone loves the Bills and they're playing the Ravens, they'll like give them $1,000 to bet on the Ravens just so that the Bills will win. It's crazy.
That's wild. See, I'm the type of person where it's like I'll bet on the Red Sox winning the World Series every year, but like also do because then if they win, it makes it that much better. It's like not only do they win, I'm also getting money. Like
yeah, but then if they don't win, it makes it that much worse.
That's why
you don't bet a lot.
I bet I think it was $100 on the Pacers to win the final. Just that way, I was like, I can risk $100. If the Thunder win, I'm happy, and then if the Pacers win,
there you go.
So I was happy at least. Lost $100, but I was very, very, very happy.
So have you always been a Thunder fan? Because like I'm trying to think, they were. I guess they
2008.
I guess they 2008.
Yeah. So yeah, I didn't really get into the NBA too much until I probably went to my first Thunder game that year, and like I very, very vividly remember going to it, and I had no idea like there was a professional basketball team in Oklahoma. Like I just knew we were at a basketball game, and it was like $10 or something like that to sit up in the nosebleeds, something like absurdly cheap. And then I started watching it more and more, and obviously growing up in middle school and high school when we had Durant, Harden, Westbrook, Ibaka, Perkins, like all those guys, like
teams were sick.
It's hard not to fall in love with that team. Like that's why one of my favorite athletes of all time is Russell Westbrook. Just the way he plays the game, like he played every game like it was his last, and I don't think he got enough credit for it. A lot of people hated him when he gave it his all every time. So I was hoping they would sign him to like a 1 year. He'd come back, but it's like you don't want to mess with a championship team, so I get that. But I know I'm trying to get tickets to the opening night because they play the Thunder or they play the Rockets So Kevin Durant will have to watch the banner get raised in Oklahoma City in the ring. So I really want to be there for that.
Yeah, like so as you know, I'm of two minds. It's like this has nothing to do with Oklahoma City and the fans and anything like that. Like it's too bad what happened. Like Seattle should have a team. Like they should have had a team all along. It sucks that happened. But the thing that I love about Oklahoma City and about the Thunder is like I think that it's awesome when a city has one team that they can just like there's no other like one professional team. Like all of the attention like goes to that team. Like it means more there. Like I think winning the title this past year like meant more for Oklahoma City than it would for a lot of other places.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like being from Oklahoma and obviously being here pretty much my whole life, you can see how much the team has like affected the city. Like how much newer it is, how much of like of a city it's actually turned into. Like back when I was in middle school and stuff, you had really the Devon Tower, the one tall building, and then it was like you had a couple buildings sprinkled in and out, and it was still just like the prairie, like still out there.
Yeah.
Like now it's like you're actually building stuff. They're making a whole like new downtown area that they're building, and I think Russell Westbrook is like the creative like designer on it, helping them with it. So that's really, really cool. But yeah, it's awesome because in Oklahoma you obviously have Oklahoma football and Oklahoma State football, and then it's the Thunder. Like you have to go all the way to Dallas for the NFL or Kansas City for those, and then for baseball you have to go to Kansas City or Dallas again. So like having that one team, like that's why you can go. I could pick out a random game in December or January or something and go to it, and it's going to be sold out.
Yeah.
Going back to me being short as a child, I curse Muggsy Bogues for being short because he is the reason I became I'm a Pelicans fan now because they moved to New Orleans and then I just stuck with them. But I became a Hornets fan because he was short and I was like, oh, I'm short. He's short. That's cool. And now I have to deal with the Pelicans being the most cursed franchise of all time.
Hey, the Pelicans helped Oklahoma City get our professional team when we hosted them after Katrina.
That's right.
Yeah, because the crowd was so crazy that year.
Yeah,
that's one of those reasons. I know a lot of people aren't the biggest Chris Paul fan because he can be a little strange on the court, but he's like he donated so much money. He still does stuff in Oklahoma City and New Orleans.
Everybody in Oklahoma loves Chris Paul because of everything he did the 1 year he's here, and how he's kind of helped. And even SGA has said it, how he's like projected SGA's career and kind of helped him and everything.
Yeah, he's one of those guys I feel like would the second he retires would become a really good NBA coach.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah. I don't see any like I always, I haven't been to like I try to get to at least one Celtics game a year, but like I saw CP3 like one of his first couple years with the Clippers, and there's just certain guys that when you watch them in person they stand out. Like I feel like some of the best like
got him.
Nah, not quite. I feel like Chris Paul easily is like one of the top 3 best basketball players I've ever seen in person.
Oh, yeah.
Like I saw Durant when he was I think Westbrook might have been hurt. I missed him, but I saw Durant like when he was with OKC, like he was up there too. But Chris Paul just as like as a point guard, just the ability to see things like develop, like he sees like 2 and 3 moves ahead and just always finding the right guy and zipping around and being in the right spot. Like I was blown away by watching.
Yeah,
him.
I mean, back in the day with Lob City, like you had to be crazy to not enjoy watching him on the Clippers with Blake Griffin. Yeah,
that was fun. Those were fun.
DeAndre Jordan too.
Yeah, DeAndre Jordan. Yep.
My LeBron's rookie year. My brother's a Sixers fan, and LeBron's rookie year, we got tickets to a Sixers Cavs game in Philly. They were like nosebleeds, but So that's one of those games that will just always stick out to me because it was rookie LeBron and prime Allen Iverson.
Oh, come on, Jaron. Oh, that's brutal.
Mm.
Yeah, man.
See, I get scared when I go to like MLB debut games because I was at Jackson Holiday's MLB debut, but I was at Thou Who Shall Not Be Named MLB debut, with the Rays.
All right, okay.
Yeah, against the Red Sox. So I remember Erod was pitching that game, and I remember Connor Wong pinch ran for JD Martinez in the 10th inning as the ghost runner, and I think that might have been Wong's I don't know if it was Wong's debut or it was relatively after he debuted.
I completely forgot about Steven Matz. I was trying to think of the other lefty in the bullpen.
No, it was Wong's debut. Connor Wong's MLB debut where he pinch ran for JD Martinez in the 10th inning. So I got to see Connor Wong's debut on that same day. So I'll forever be tied to Connor Wong. Got to see his big league debut. I went to Tolly's big league debut.
Crazy to think that Connor Wong will have the better career. At the time, no one probably would have guessed that. But
yeah, I see that's one of the things that I look at a team like the Rays and I'm like, some things for them, if things would have if this person wasn't such a terrible human being or this player stayed healthy, some of their teams the last even 6-7 years have been absurdly talented, but it feels like with them something always happens, especially when it comes to pitching injuries. Shane McClanahan, for example, is he was supposed to be a big part for them this year, and then he just couldn't get healthy. And then obviously he missed all of last year as well. They just feel like the team that if they're totally healthy and everything breaks right from them, they could legitimately
I mean, that's the issue though.
Be bonkers, but there's always something that goes wrong for them.
They never have any.
I almost feel bad for Kevin Cash
plans because they don't spend money.
Yeah, I almost feel bad for Kevin Cash sometimes. I think their 2024 rotation, it was McClanahan was hurt, Rasmussen was hurt, there's a couple other guys who were hurt as well, and it's at some almost like the Red Sox this year at some points where Red Sox were on their 8th, 9th starting pitchers at points this year, and it felt like the Rays were like that at the beginning of.
But see, that's the difference, though, is the Red Sox, as much as fans complain, the Red Sox spend money, so they can withstand those issues.
Well,
it's going to be interesting. The Rays are getting a new owner, and they're allegedly going to get a new stadium in a couple of years. That's obviously not a guarantee. The Orioles got a new owner, and people thought that meant they were going to start to spend a lot of money, and that didn't happen. So,
no. I just hope the Rays get a new stadium, just because
I have been to that stadium a lot because my grandparents lived 2 hours away from there when I was growing up. Least favorite stadium I've ever gone to. The area, I loved the area though. The St. Petersburg area was so cool to walk around.
The one thing I do love is just this isn't more it's Florida, but it's indoors, just so you have air conditioning. You're not going to get rained out unless there's a hurricane. It's there's never a worry in that sense, I guess. Which I liked, and I don't like hot weather, so I was always happy. I'm in air conditioning, let's go. But it is also scary sitting in the outfield at the Trop because of losing the ball in the roof. It's it gets a little bit scary out there sometimes. I remember there was a game I was at, and I was sitting in right field, and so a lefty hit a pop-up, and I thought for a good 3/4 of the time the ball was in the air, it was coming straight at me, and then it's Dustin Pedroia caught the ball, and I'm yeah, that ball was nowhere near me, and there was a good chunk of time I thought it was a liner coming straight for my head. They need to figure out a way when they're putting that new roof up to fix it, because it's bad. Losing balls in the roof.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're supposed to play. They're going to play back there next year.
Yes,
which is nuts to me that they apparently fixed the stadium. But
it's not fixed yet.
Fixed it.
It's not hard to fix a turd.
It's I'm not sure. It's not supposed to be ready till April. So like, there's rumors there were rumors at one point that the Rays they're trying to get the Rays to have like an extra long road trip to start the year, so they have extra time to get the roof done.
That'd be crazy if they just had like a 30 game away stand.
Maybe not 30, but like
and then a 30 game home stand.
I'm sure the players' families would like the 30 game homestand.
Yeah.
I don't know about the 30 game road trip though. That's a long time to be away from family.
I really hope that doesn't
There no
come back
outlet
to
over
haunt the
here
Red
still?
Sox.
No outlet over here.
They still gotta make Rodon work here. Like they gotta try to get him out.
Yeah.
Get into that bull. Like a lot of those guys in the bullpen had to pitch last night.
Yeah, Rodon's
So-
only at 70 pitches. So
So
this is where they started getting to Fried last night, though.
it is. So they got to get some good at bats. They got to start to work. Just try to get him out in the next like inning or so. And I don't know. It's still close, but man, that is a killer. Like, I'm seeing people say this on the Durant play. It's like I feel like for whatever reason he didn't get the best read on that. Like, I don't know why he needed to slide. Like, I don't know. That's you got a major league outfielder's got to catch that.
Yeah, I would never say something like why you guys slide because I was the kid that like if I'm getting a double, I'm diving headfirst into second base just so I can get my jersey dirty.
True. Yeah.
Like, like the ball
I
would
was
be like.
terrible at sliding. I always slid head first all the time.
Well,
anyway.
I couldn't slide to save my life. I would always say so.
Yeah,
Once I
you're
moved
supposed to.
past like regular like little league when I was 13 years old, every single time I like got like a double, I was diving headfirst into second. My mom hated it because she's like, I have to wash your jersey after the game. You know that, right? And I'm like, and my jersey was white as well. Like it was
Oh, yeah.
made of white. Like but I
You know
was
what's
like, I
funny?
don't care.
You know what's funny is like I feel like growing up they would always teach you like make sure you don't slide in head first, it's dangerous, like whatever, that kind of thing. I think that probably at some point they must have analytically, like at the big league level, they must have figured out like that it's faster or more advantageous to slide in head first, because I feel like I never see anyone ever slide into a base feet first if it's going to be, especially if it's going to be a close one.
Well, my thought process on it is like if you're diving, you can dive like further to the side of the base and
Right.
like, reach with
Yeah,
your
I
hand.
feel like
Whereas, like, if
it
you're
has-
sliding feet first, you have to go in that straight line to the base. Whereas, like, technically, if you're diving head first, you can be like an arm's length further, like, out of like, not out of the baseline, but like towards the outside of the baseline. I guess would be the.
I feel like it makes it definitely easier to
Get out.
Oh,
Get out.
bang!
Yeah, Trevor Story.
I feel like it definitely makes it easier to avoid the tag, though.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the
You can start getting
driving
the swim
force.
moves too.
Yeah. Have a game
Story.
story. He has all three
I mean,
RBIs now, doesn't he?
Yep.
Yeah,
That's got to make Duran feel pretty good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like-
way to pick up your team again. Leadership, man.
He's got the helmet. Duran's
Yeah,
got the
first guy at the
by way.
steps.
I part of me is sad Connor Wong didn't play because I desperately want Connor Wong to hit a home run just so we can wear the Wally.
Back to
You
back.
know,
Why
sorry.
not?
Yeah, why not? I think that I think the reason why Wong didn't catch clearly is because Cora knew that
Yeah.
he's probably
He's
gonna
gonna
have to
be
put a leash on Bayo.
Yeah.
And he just didn't. Not that I don't think it's not that he doesn't trust Wong. I just think it's more about the bat. It's more about wanting
Yeah.
to buy his bat in the lineup.
Yeah.
Because defensively, it's
Although I
not
feel
gonna-
bad for Wong because Derek White got to wear the Wally head. And I'm like, I feel
I don't
bad.
want
I'm like,
We're
like,
all year.
I'm like, okay, cool.
Derek
Derek White
White
won a
shows up.
championship for the Celtics. But like, why does Derek White get to wear the Wally head? Like, like, no offense to Derek White, but like, what did you do on the baseball field?
Winning
think it's
championships
awesome.
get you places, man.
That is true. That is true.
I think that's all. I think Derek White is like a true Bostonian. Like, it's awesome to see. All right, there we
There we
go.
go.
See, now this is what they got to do. Like,
Yep.
see how long
Let
the
'em-
leash is here.
Jake,
With-
as
Let
the
'em
resident
crumble.
Celtics fan here, how did you feel about Horford leaving?
bummed. I was expecting it because it was such a long, weird thing this offseason where I think they tried to make it work to have him come back.
I don't blame him.
I don't blame him
Well,
either.
the
Like,
Celtics
if
also
another
didn't
team-
have the money.
Yeah,
also better
right.
shit
I mean,
going
they'd
on.
have to go. They're trying to stay under that second apron, which I don't blame him because, like this, like I mean, we'll see what happens with Tatum, right? Like if he comes back sooner rather than later, like the ceiling of the team goes up quite a bit. But there's Boone. I was bummed out that
Let's go.
I was bummed out because because you know what's funny is like basically Horford and I are roughly the same age. Like he was born 2 months after me. So he'll turn 40 in June of next year. So there was part of me that was kind of hoping he was going to retire, but
it's not a multi-year deal as well.
But yeah, he's leaving him in. I
say
feel like
that
this is a rarity these days. You don't usually see the manager
go out and not take him out. Yeah,
just to talk and not.
Unless there was less to talk about to the pitcher, or more so to talk to maybe the infielders. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They did that. Who was it? Senga was throwing the no hitter or perfect game against us in Worcester, and they went out for the mound visit. Next AB, Hickey hit the home run. I was like, "What are you taking a mound visit there
had
for,
to be
dude?"
pissed, man.
Like idiots, should have let him stay in his groove.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Horford
was very briefly and unsuccessfully a member of the Oklahoma City Thunder. They sent him home midway through that year, and then he came to the Celtics and was great.
He's the Joel Embiid stopper. That's literally.
Again, my brother's a Sixers fan, and that was always like his thing was.
I hate Horford.
Joel just couldn't figure out Al Horford,
and then it's funny too because the 76ers signed him.
It was like, all right, there's the only person that can stop the Sixers is on the Sixers, and then they were terrible. Well, they weren't terrible, but
they couldn't get it to work.
Yeah,
it's like Horford was like the Embiid and Giannis stopper. Just
we had 2 really rough consecutive years with the Thunder there once Westbrook and everybody was leaving.
Yeah.
Like Moses Brown was getting minutes for the Thunder, like at one point.
I'm
like, I remember watching Moses. Yeah, like I remember Moses Brown, like his like high school like mixtape or whatever.
I don't want to hear anybody talking about suffering. There was a point where I convinced myself Alexis Ajinso was the answer at center for the Pelicans.
Wow, I was not expecting that name to come up.
Gustavo Ione started games for the Pelicans. Google Squeaky Johnson and Gustavo Ione now.
But all of those draft picks for all those bad years led to the draft picks, and for the Thunder and the trades. Obviously, they made so many trades too.
Presti knows how to run a team, and
he's a Boston guy,
dude. All those draft picks they still have and everything, turning Paul George and dude,
stupid. It's absurd. Presti feels like he did like an NBA 2K like rebuild.
Oh yeah,
like Presti feels like he just did an NBA 2K rebuild where he just like stockpiled literally so many draft picks. Also, I mean, we want to talk about like New Orleans players who are like just random. Like, what about like Grievous Vasquez?
Well, he's a king.
Yeah. Well, no,
he ended Linsanity.
Yeah,
the Jeremy Lin Linsanity run ended against the Pelicans because Grievous Vasquez cooked them.
Yeah. I'm looking at his numbers now because his name just popped up in my head. He played 35 minutes a game.
He genuinely he averaged like 9 assists a game. He was genuinely a good point guard, and then they traded him for Drew Holiday.
And that, which I mean, hey,
legend for the Pelicans and the Celtics. So
yeah, that is true. I do find
Holiday had Damian Lillard in a blender in the playoffs. Damian Lillard shot like 22% in that series. The Pelicans swept them.
So I'm looking at Connor Wong's baseball reference, and he's listed as a catcher and first baseman. He's played 15 games in his career at first base.
I feel like he's played more second base.
Yeah, seriously.
He's played 12 at second base. Listing him as a catcher and first baseman is a little bit wild. A little bit wild.
I think that was the worst part about the baseball season, though, this year was not being able to be part of that parade in Oklahoma City. Because I've never been to a championship parade, and like obviously all my roommates and all my buddies are there sending me videos. They're like, "Oh my gosh, they let us out of work," and I was like, "That's so cool, dude! Congratulations!" He got me a T-shirt though, so that's good.
That was nice. It's a good friend.
Yeah. But they're all out there taking pictures with SGA and J-Dub, Lou Dort, Chet. I'm just like, man, I think we had a kids game that day, and I was like,
So that was one of those like 11 a.m. starts.
yeah, like a noon start. I was just like, all right, there's somewhere I'd rather be at this point in time, but
I feel like there's a lot of those in like single A, and every time they have one of those games, the announcers are just complaining for the first like 4 innings. They're like, "This is terrible. The players don't like it. We don't like it."
No, yeah, like I feel like we could at least get like a 1 or 2 p.m. start, but I think the worst part about it is it's always like a Wednesday. So you play your Tuesday at 6 p.m. normal time, and then you turn around to 11 a.m. or noon game. And you're like, why can't we play Tuesday at 4 p.m. then?
Hunter, was that guy wearing a Sin Cara mask, or was I like?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Is that the one that got flipped off last night by the one girl?
You know what? That's a good point. I think it was.
Oh, come on.
My dad was the one that actually pointed that out like live. He was like, hold on, let me rewind that. And reminded it. And it was just her giving that guy the bird. And I was like, hell yeah.
What? Wearing a Sin Cara mask is to a Red Sox Yankees playoff game is kind of wild. I don't know.
Do what you got to do. I respect it.
Of all the people though,
Lane Thomas. He was phenomenal for my fantasy team one year.
See, one of the things I love but also hate sometimes when they'll do a stats, like someone will be like some obscure stat, and I'll be like, this player joins, Barry Bonds and Babe Ruth and this person and that person that are like Hall of Famers, and then like it's like some random player, and then there's just like a random player in there.
My bigger issue with those is when it's like the most arbitrary numbers. It'll be like, oh, he's the first player since 2000 to have at least 21 home runs and 32 doubles and
it's just like numbers.
RBI. And I'm like, all right,
arbitrary. It's like, who came up with this?
Yeah.
Yes.
You're trying to
like impressive that they can track some of the stuff they do. Like they'll have like
they can get anything.
What is it? The one I just saw with the Detroit Lions that they're like 15-0 on a crescent moon or a crescent waning moon or something like that is stuff like that.
That is just deep. That is deep. No, that is deep.
It's absurd stuff like that people track. And I'm like, and they won the game, so it's like 16-0 now. So I was like,
16. They're 17-0 in days when it's partly cloudy.
Yeah.
Like.
So now I don't know if you had already said this, but who's your NFL team, or do you not have one?
Colts, Indianapolis Colts.
Well, see you guys later. I'm kidding. I mean,
no, I got tortured by the Patriots my whole childhood.
I mean, there was some torturing back on the not as
like
much.
Twice. You guys did it like 7 times to us.
But like, as a Patriots fan, it's like I feel like I remember the losses a lot, and losing that AFC Championship game when we were up like what was it 21-3 at halftime.
When who was it? Marlon Jackson interception.
Okay, scared me.
Okay. Yeah, that scared me.
Well, yeah, it was the Patriots were up by 3 late, and they just needed to get one more first down, and it would have ended the game, and they couldn't convert like a 3rd and short, and then Manning went down the field the other way, and that was the year the Colts beat the Bears in the Super Bowl. Like whoever, like the Rex Grossman, like whoever was playing the Rex Grossman Bears in that Super Bowl was going to win. So I know I'm greedy. Like we won it 6 times with Brady, but like it could have been more. But like that's the one that sticks out to me. Obviously, like there are other years in the playoffs that we
it was
against the Colts, but that
was why it was so hard for me to like. I don't think it was probably until 3 or 4 years ago that I finally was like, all right, Tom Brady's the GOAT, dude. Because like I just didn't want to admit it, like because he just always beat us. Like it sucked.
It's got to be especially frustrating when you have another one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time on your team, and it's like
arguably
Peyton Manning's getting overshadowed.
Yeah.
it's funny how I feel like I don't think of the Colts as a rivalry at all anymore. I mean, it was about the quarterbacks, but the defenses were good on both of those teams too. You guys had like Freeney and
Freeney, Mathis, Bob Sanders. Yeah.
Oh,
My
Bob
brother
Sanders
loved Bob Sanders.
He was sick.
Bob Sanders was a unit when he was healthy, dude.
NFL 2K5, whenever we would make teams, my brother would have Bob Sanders. Like, we would be on the same team. He would have Bob Sanders. I would have Sean Taylor. They were both rookies.
I was Madden 2006. I would always play with the Colts, and I would just send Bob Sanders on a blitz and just blow up their quarterback.
See, I don't know why my earliest Madden memory was was using the Patriots, and for whatever dumb reason, I changed Patrick Chung's number from 25 to 75. I don't know why. It's so random.
You wanted him to be an offensive lineman, I guess.
Well,
my friend
at the time it was Vince Wilfork's number.
That's true.
My friend was is a Bears fan, so that's always the argument we always used to have was who had it worse quarterback wise. And I know you mentioned Rex Grossman earlier. I just think it's funny that he played for the Commanders and the Bears. That's always one that we bring up as just proof that neither of our teams knew how to do anything.
Yeah, it was. Looking back, that was like the greatest generation of quarterback play.
Amazing.
Dude, it's never going to be the same. Like, watching NFL games now just doesn't compare to watching. You had both Mannings, you had Brady, Phillip Rivers, Breeze, even Alex Smith, Roethlisberger, Favre to Rodgers.
Come on. Yeah. Meanwhile, I was dealing with Rex Grossman. I convinced myself John Beck was going to be good. Tony Banks, Brad Johnson at the end of his career, Gus Frerotte, Patrick Ramsey, Danny Warfel, Shane Matthews.
It's like the Patriots now with wide receivers. Every Patriots fan's trying to convince themselves every wide receiver in the Patriots draft is going to be good when we know the history and they all just suck. Unless they're drafted in like the 6th or 7th round or they're undrafted.
Because Drake May is nice with it too. Like, he just
There you go, Kelly.
Fellow Commanders enthusiast right there.
Yep.
Yeah. It's been great to see Zach get the kind of. I feel like he got the opportunity in September to come up, and there wasn't I have to be honest, I didn't have a lot of expectation. I felt like he just kind of came in. Sox have had some injuries, like Hicks getting hurt, and other guys, May going down, like that kind of thing. And I feel like he really made the most of the opportunity because I would not have pegged and said that Zach Kelly would be on the playoff roster. So I think he certainly earned it by how he looked the last 2 or 3 weeks.
I don't remember when it was, but I was on not another Sox podcast a couple 2 months ago or something, and I brought up Zach Kelly as I was like, you guys are gonna get mad at me, but that's a guy who I think is played a lot better than the overall numbers showed. So I was happy to see him get another chance this year because all the underlying the pitches are good. The underlying numbers, the FIP and stuff, were so much better than the ERA. It was really just he had 2 really bad outings where he just had no control, and that really first impressions, especially by Red Sox fans, if you suck for 3 weeks at the start of the season, they're not going to forget that. How long did it take for Red Sox fans to finally start liking Trevor Story after May?
Yeah.
He had that terrible May, and then it was by the trade deadline, they were finally Trevor Story.
See, that's also too why I hate early season numbers as well, because people look at them and be like, oh, this guy has a 6 ERA, or this guy has, especially when it comes to relievers. Relievers are the worst. I remember Aaron Bummer, his last year with the White Sox, had a 6-something ERA, but he had a 250 or a FIP in the 2s. And I'm I remember I was I would love for the Red Sox to trade for Aaron Bummer. And then I remember when he got traded for the Braves, and Braves fans were like, what'd we give up for a guy with a 6-something ERA? And then he has been one of their better relievers the last couple of years. And it's well, yeah, because I think he had one outing where he gave up 5 runs and another outing where he gave up 4 runs, and they're both relatively early in the year, or at least one of them was. and like it just killed his ERA the entire season.
Yeah, Kelly is one of those guys that definitely I was under his wing in the bullpen move. So seeing him get back up and everything after how much he helped me down there was really, really special.
Is that something, is it hard to like keep in touch with these guys when you're all moving around? Like you have friends in Portland and then you get called up to AAA and it's like, now I can't really, like, obviously you're not watching them play because you're also playing, and then like you're in AAA and other people are getting called up. Like, do you try to keep in touch with each other I mean, obviously like your friends, your teammates, whatever, but is it hard to like keep in touch because you're doing your thing, they're doing their thing, and it's kind of like, I don't want to bother you, you don't want to bother me, I'm working?
Yeah. I feel like it's definitely tough to keep in contact, but like a lot of times we would like after our games, I'd go check like, oh, who threw in Portland today or who threw in Greenville, kind of check that out. Obviously, we always paid attention to the big league squad. So yeah, like I remember when they clinched, like I texted Tolian early, congratulated them, and then I texted ZK, tell him congratulations. That me and him still had to. Another guy I played college football with, so I told him to get his mind right for that too. Like we got a national championship to win on.
Hell yeah,
Team.
Zach!
So he totally rope-a-doped Volpe there, like 100%. Like because he was throwing cutters at like 91, 92 the whole at bat, and then that last one he reared
97.
back.
Yeah, 97.
97 there, and
Heck.
Volpe was
Good
totally
swing.
caught in between. He had no idea that was coming. So that was beautiful.
Now, are you guys, is it kind of clicky, pitcher and hitter wise? Like obviously you're in the, especially when you're coming out of the bullpen, you're in the bullpen all game. Like, is that just kind of something during the season you feel like, even if it's accidental, you just seem to be hanging out with the other pitchers more than the hitters?
I mean, to an extent, yeah. I feel like a lot of times though, the guys you'd hang out with were the guys you were familiar with, like because there was hitters that I hung out with, like or like golf with, like Caden Rose, Mikey Romero, Tyler Miller, Seamus, like those guys that I kind of moved through the system with are the guys that you kind of tend to get to know more. But like I feel like a lot of the guys, especially the older guys in AAA or the guys moving up and down, just know how to bring the right culture to the locker room, so that like Sogard, even Hamilton, when Hamilton was down there for a little bit, like he interacted with all of us younger guys and even the pitchers and stuff like that, because like you want to build that relationship with your position players too, especially as a pitcher, and like you're not going to do it all yourself. Those guys got to make plays behind you, so it's nice to kind of build that relationship with them too.
Yeah.
Well, there are some guys that are just obviously more quiet or definitely have like they're kind of their group and stuff, but some of them are just quiet in general. Like I feel like Eaton was a really reserved guy, but got to talk to him. Obviously, him coming from the Royals too. Talk to him about that. And then like don't really feel like I could ever crack Sebi Zavala. Just very, very laid back, kind of like in his own space kind of guy. So I obviously, as a younger guy, I didn't want to bug him either. Like I didn't want to just like pester him to like, hey, like I want to be your friend or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's a multitude of things. So like you kind of obviously you interact with each other at the field, but I'm also a guy that didn't really do a whole lot outside the field all the time with the guys. Like especially this year, I had the fiance with me for most of the year. Got a puppy, so we were always taking care of him too. Especially trying to keep him controlled in those apartments so he didn't bother the other guests. But no, you find stuff to do. A lot of it does come from golf, though. It seems like it's the most popular activity where like the hitters mesh with the pitchers and the pitchers mesh with the hitters and everything.
I always get mad watching like any of you guys posting like videos and stuff golfing, and I'm just like, all right, you guys are already really good at baseball. You don't need to be better at me than golfing too. Like that's frustrating. I don't need to see you guys being aggressively better golfers than me.
Well, that seems like it's everybody's retirement goal is just make enough money playing baseball and then just live on the golf courses. I know it's Dobbins for sure.
There you go. Ian.
Mullins is another guy pretty good at golf. Like I feel like once he's done playing baseball, everything works out for him. You won't catch him off the golf course.
That's semi off topic, but you mentioned Ian, and obviously he just walked. The first thing I noticed about him the first time I went to a Worcester game this year was that dude's freaking massive, man.
Oh yeah, he's built.
He's yoked up. Like I really genuinely don't think people realize. Like the first time I saw him, I was like, he is taller than I realized, and just like all muscle.
Oh yeah, you learn very quickly during his BP rounds that he can punish baseball.
I know we mentioned him earlier. I think the person I had the most fun watching batting practice. That's not true. The most fun I probably had watching anyone do batting practice this year was Yustinson Garcia. That was stupid. But Abram Liendo, a very underrated batting practice guy.
Yes. And Mikey parked a lot of balls during batting practice. And a very slept on one, especially for AAA, was Philip Sykes. He had some grown man strike during BP.
He's got more pop.
Couple friends of the show as well.
Yeah. A lot of friends of the show.
Yeah.
Got a lot more. Well, got a lot of friends with yours.
We need a big out batting practice.
When I was in
or at Fenway, actually.
Yeah, at Fenway.
At the start of the year, I went to.
Oh, he kept coming in. I was waiting for him to hit him. It's like three. It's like 3 pitches.
Eject him. He threw at him. He was throwing at him. Eject him. Come on.
He's done.
He's done.
You know, it's funny. Derek has this whole thing where he just Derek, talk about your attitude about throwing at hitters.
This has been a running kind of joke that I've done. It's been a running joke where instead of walking a hitter, which takes at minimum 4 pitches, if you just hit him, it only takes 1 pitch. So if you're trying to preserve the pitch count, instead of walking him, you should just hit him. But obviously, you can't read into the future. You don't know you're gonna walk.
Yeah,
it's a running joke that we kind of.
I feel more efficient to hit guys is what you're saying.
Yeah, more efficient.
The joke that we would say is like, you get a guy 3-0, like odds are you're probably gonna walk him anyway, so might as well just hit him. That way, he gets something. Like you get something out of that. He's hurting a little bit, and maybe he'll be off the plate a little bit more next time.
Also, 2 pitch count. I mean, better walk him on 4 pitches than on 10. Albeit, like I said, it goes back to you're not going to know whether or not you walk someone before you start the at bat. But there's been a lot of weird things that I've had, like the hit guys, like the no triples thing. Like that.
Yeah,
that's just you being upset that you were slow as a child.
That is fair. That's true. There's been a couple other ones. There's been a couple of them that have been kind of a couple of bits that have been a little bit out there.
My mom texted me, by the way, because she's watching, and said Manning is the GOAT. He didn't have to cheat. They're all from Indiana, so they are very, very, just like me, diehard Colts fans. And my mom still cannot stand Brady. So
that's fair.
Well, all that winning, I get it. It's hard, but
well, it's also very easy to hate him, considering he was considered to be probably the best looking player in the league for a long time, or one of. So it's kind of,
whatever you say.
That's not from me. We have a family. There was a family friend of my grandmother's who literally had like a Tom Brady like poster on her ceiling of her bedroom. So when she would sleep, she'd be looking up at Tom Brady, basically.
That's a lot. That's a lot of information. That's so much info.
All right, what are we doing here, Sadon?
That was an interesting move there to try to bunt. I'd like to kind of see him try to swing away myself, but that's why.
Yep.
Like it's not something they've really asked him to do much this year,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I get the thought process, but like, he's a
On the
good
bo-
contact
like-
hitter. He's probably not going to strike out. Like, I don't.
Although, you could run into a double play issue with the splitter there, I guess. If
It's just not a good pitch to try
He's
to.
not an
bunt.
easy guy to
Yeah,
double up
he,
either, though.
That
he
is
reached
true, that
out-
is
He
true,
reached out
but-
for both of them.
yeah. See, for me,
This
it's like
is where you need Sogard. We're good.
Good eye.
That's such a good splitter, though.
it is. That's
got
what I'm
such a
saying.
good
It's
splitter.
bonkers. Like although to be fair though, that splitter's so good, the whiff rate is obnoxiously high. So
This is where the
Odds
Jazz
are-
Chisel Mayor is coming. I'm calling it now.
Got on
if
to
only
that.
Stanton was playing right field instead of Judge.
Who's on second?
It's a bummer because again, yeah, you get that bunt down, that might be a run.
I love Bellinger's gonna.
Duran's on first. Why am I blanking on who was ahead of him? Oh, Nate Eaton. Yeah, okay, so you have a ridiculous amount of speed.
There's
Double
Massa.
steal.
Here we go.
Oh, let's go.
Here we
Massa.
go.
Oh, let's go.
There you go. Can you do it two nights in a row?
I am all of a
If
sudden
Massa
calm.
hits a home run here, just give him World Series MVP. I don't even care. Even if the Red Sox don't make it there, just give it to him. Screw it.
Was that guy wearing a Red Sox hoodie and a Yankees hat?
I missed it.
I was like
The
half.
guy you want up.
He had a red hoodie on and then a Yankees hat. A blue Yankees hat.
The one thing I will say with Massa, if you're facing this guy who's throwing a nasty splitter, Massa might be the one guy you want up because he's seen splitters for really good splitters for how many years of his career. Like
Absolutely.
he also kills Gausman because of it.
Yeah.
Like if there's ever a guy against a splitter heavy pitcher, you want
Marlins guy is still a thing.
Yes, he's sitting right behind home plate. How much money does that guy have? That's what I
He's
want.
got a lot of money.
Like, can I have some, please? Like, you want to lend
do
some
the
to me?
same exact thing, Yoshida. That you did yesterday. Come on, man. Bring in at least one. Well, it would bring in one if he did the same
Spot
thing.
that right here.
Good.
They're afraid of him. They're afraid
He's
of
not
Massa.
swinging
He's not swinging.
No,
here,
he's not
as we
going to
learned.
swing.
Imagine if he hits a homer. He did swing and hit a
That'd be
homer.
incredible. The first
Oh
time
my
he goes
God.
3-0.
Never.
First
Good
time in his
discipline.
pro career, including his time in Japan as well. Yeah, he's not swinging. If I'm the pitcher here, I'm literally just trying to throw a fastball right down the middle.
Yeah, he was never swinging at that.
Sometimes that's the hardest time to throw a strike, though. That's when you're
Yeah.
this
I
just
bet.
groove it.
Well, not grooving, but you don't even with the guy like Yoshi or Kevin Youkilis or similar odd not swing never swinging 3-0. So just it also is a little bit mind games though.
Yeah, they're trying not to throw the ball down. You can
Yes.
tell they're trying to keep it up.
Yeah.
So we'll see. They got Story on deck.
Safe.
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 Yes.
Okay. All
Okay.
right.
Damn.
Yeah, not.
That's my
Jazz.
fault. I said Jazz was going to get an error, so instead he saves a run.
Yeah.
Well, now Trev's coming up. This is again.
Up.
This is what you
Oh,
want.
wait,
You want
Trevor Story's-
Moss to come up. Trev come up now with the bases loaded. Man.
Trevor Story hits a quick slam. Just Nate Eaton probably could have scored in all honesty.
Yeah, but you don't risk it because
No, I know,
it's just
but
worth throw,
hindsight being 2020, hindsight being 2020, actually not probably he would have scored, considering the throw.
Yeah. Yeah, if he hadn't stopped, he could have kept going. But
Yeah.
Yeah, he should have just kept running.
I mean, there's 2 outs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want to
Yeah, you don't want to
I'm
make
assuming
that out at
Hudson told him
home.
to hold
At
up
home.
because if Jazz sees him running when he gets up, maybe he throws it home and then And then getting the last out at home there is
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's
William
miserable.
format.
No, it's definitely miserable. But hindsight being 2020 is
We want Trev up. That's what we want.
almost like as soon as Jazz
Good
goes
eye.
first. Now would be a perfect time for like a splitter in the dirt and just kicks out to like the side or whatever.
Man, this is it. This is what we live for right here. Come on, Trev. Just behind that one.
There is no way after that swing he's doubling up on a fastball.
Brad Foot tweeted out Yoshida even dives into first with perfect form. The form is impeccable. You can do no wrong.
You're right.
There's no way.
Oh, there was a splitter in the dirt, just not.
Yeah, that would have been. I mean, that would have been great. That would have taken that. Would have taken that. It's a nice. I mean, yeah.
That's a nice.
It bounced in the exact right spot for him. But he's a good one back there. Wells for sure.
Yeah, need one of those weird hops. Is Cruz not wearing an? It looks like he's not even wearing an undershirt. Somehow.
Get out.
Oh,
Story.
damn.
No.
like that enough.
Stupid long.
Cruz's reaction made me think it was gone. He looked pissed.
Stupid center field wall.
I mean, he.
What is it, brother?
All right.
Okay, you're lucky. To be fair, Josh Chisholm saved his ass.
To be fair, he came in with runners on first and second and didn't let anyone score.
That's true.
It's the playoffs. I'd be fired up.
True. But also too, if that was me, if that was the manager, I'd be like, please don't injure yourself celebrating. I
don't blame him for celebrating. It's also funny though, because it's like you're celebrating that you got a 398-foot fly out to center field.
Well, also too, there's been enough I've seen enough times of players getting injured celebrating. Just
Kendry Morales.
Yeah.
Still got to be
if I'm the manager and I see you celebrating like that, I'm like, yo, please chill. It's the wild card round. If it's World Series Game 7, okay, but we need you the rest of the way.
Yeah, it was 102 off the bat.
At Fenway too. That might be off the wall.
Yeah,
probably is off the wall.
He really crushed it. But
yeah. Damn Yankee Stadium and its stupid dimensions.
Yeah, I guess that on Eaton, there's 2 outs.
Yeah. Oh no, it's definitely a hindsight thing for sure.
It's just tough. I do think that Hudson was telling him to go back to the bag.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, the worst thing that I guess, you definitely don't want to make that last out and take you out of the inning. Yeah. But that one, I hope it doesn't come back.
Well, also sucks in a little way too, in terms of because on that play in general, because Jazz didn't get to that ball, then you have runners on first and third with Story up, and obviously there's still 2 outs, right? So still would have been a fly out, with hindsight, but you never know what happens in a different situation, a different, an alternate reality of sorts. If that ball gets through.
Yeah, I just
Whitlock's coming in for the 7th.
I don't.
So is he gonna go 2? Or?
I would assume he's going 2, and then Chapman from the 9th.
Yeah, pending score at that point, obviously.
Yeah, obviously. So
McMahon,
Grisham, and Judge, and then Bellinger, Rice, Stanton, and then if Whitlock were to go 6 up, 6 down, then it would be Chisholm, Wells, and then Volpe.
We still got Murph out there too, right?
Yeah, and Tolley. They have Tolley.
Yeah.
Murph's not on the roster.
No, he's not.
No, he's
on the
taxi squad. Him and Ali Sanchez.
It's Tolley, Harrison, Weissert, and Chapman.
Weissert is who I was trying to. I knew we had one more.
Yeah. Also, I mean, Garrett Crochet is on the roster. He's not pitching. I'm just.
He's the guy that's
at this
100%
point though, is there
motivated.
anything Garrett Crochet can't do though? Like,
Yeah, I don't think
he's not pitching.
I could see Crochet asking to get in,
Yes.
but there's no way.
Core's gonna go tell him to play Clash Royale.
Yeah.
Go back and play Clash Royale. Stay back.
Oh, he just missed that, man.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's bad luck a couple times tonight.
Oh, I can't wait for the John Boy lip reading of that. Just of the celebration. Especially if Red Sox end up winning this game, it's gonna be the celebration's gonna be all
that's gonna be all over Twitter if the Red Sox pull this one out.
Yeah.
Oh my. Section 10 is gonna have a field day with that.
Oh my god. That is true.
All right.
The Red Sox still have their entire bench available as well. Yankees, obviously they
had Yoshida pinch hit.
Oh well, outside of Yoshida, yeah. Sorry, I'm used to just seeing 4 people on the bench. That's why I'm used to just seeing 4 people on the bench. But no, they have an extra hitter. Yankees still have everyone in their bullpen outside of they still have most of their guys. I would assume everyone's available for the Yankees if needed. Because Bednar only threw 15 pitches, Weaver only threw 15. Cruz,
they used
Cruz
a bunch
threw
of
14
guys.
yesterday. Williams threw 11.
Yeah,
Tim Hill
they used
only
a bunch of
threw 4
guys, but none
pitches.
of them threw a lot.
Yeah.
So, they are probably all available. But the thing is, it's they did pitch yesterday, so that is helpful for the Red Sox. But
yeah.
But yeah, for them it actually is do or die. So yeah, there's no way anyone's 100% out.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
There we go. Wet.
He's been just absurd.
So nasty.
It feels like a lot of the game plan is beat the lefties in so far, and it seems like they've just been dominating the men.
Yeah, I do think here, especially if the Sox can go ahead, you try to get 2 out of Whitlock, and then you go back to Chapman for the 9th. But they got to get that right.
Yeah, because then in an ideal world, you're not playing for 2 days anyway. So
yeah. And then unfortunately, the Red Sox, if they move on, have their stupid 1:00 game on Saturday, which I'm peeved off about.
I mean, actually, in an ideal world, the Red Sox score like 9 runs next inning, and we don't even have to worry about.
No,
Chapman.
in an ideal world, actually, they score like 100, and then just the Yankees just forfeit because
they have to forfeit.
They don't have any pitchers left. They don't have any pitchers left. Like, they have to put Stanton on the mound or something, and then he blows out an arm or something.
Is there?
An arm,
do you think there would ever
phantom
actually
injury?
be? Obviously, it's an unrealistic situation, but if the Red Sox scored, had 45 straight hits, at what point? What point would the umpire step in and be like, "All right, we're done."
Chapman's going with the towel.
He's warming.
Already. With the towel. I hate any ball hit to right field right now.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
It's
I was hoping the Sox would get up by 5-6 today, just so I could see totally get in there and just go crazy.
Oh,
I'm so happy he hit the legitimate 100 at the end of the year.
oh, come on.
Yeah, he officially has.
He's
he
got the
officially
shirt.
has me beat on velocity now. So
Really?
yeah, he hit 100.8. So
Well, now here's the at-bat of the game for sure.
Yep.
Trent Grisham being good this year is infuriating.
It is.
It
know.
was such
So
a
ass
massive
last year.
addition for them.
He was so garbage last year. Like they were like people wanted him DFA'd. Like Yankees fans wanted him DFA'd. He was so bad last year, and then this year he just like. And I shouldn't even say like he wasn't god awful, but like considering, the fact
he hit sub 200,
he hit
right?
190. I mean, it was made 3 straight years he hit sub 200. Grisham, 184, 198, and then 190. Like,
Yeah, like if he did that this year, they're not even in the playoffs.
No,
Good
that's
pitch.
Good.
Disappeared on him.
and then also too like Grisham like this year though, shockingly like defensive metrics wise hasn't been good. He's got negative 11 defensive run
Which
saved.
is weird because that was like the reason that they put up
That
with
was
this
the reason
bad
they
offense.
yes, that was why they put up with this bad offense.
Defensive metrics are weird sometimes.
They are. I'm not saying trust it, but it's still
Trey,
Yeah.
sit down.
bye.
That's a good feeling as a pitcher because it looked like he missed his spot there, but when it works out, oh,
Yeah, you take it, right? It's all that matters.
You get to pretend like you didn't miss it. Like,
oh yeah, I
that's
meant to
what
do that. Yeah,
Yeah, we were just
That's
setting
what
up
you
to fool
say
the
after.
hitter. We just set up in a different spot to fool the hitter in case the runners were laying signs.
I'm ready to for pitching ninja to post that. The tunneling on that has to be crazy with that slider.
I mean, I just think like one of the greatest things that happened this year was Whitlock going to, Cora or whatever in spring training and being like, put me in the bullpen. Like this is who I am now. It was selfless of him because it's like, you think a guy like Whit, like he signed his contract. Like he's already
Someone get
making
the
his
challenge
money.
system.
So it's just it was very selfless of him to say that.
He's from my interaction with him. I talked to him quite a bit, and rookie development camp, and then seeing him this spring in spring training. He's a really really good dude, really helpful to a lot of the younger
Everyone
guys.
loves Whitlock. Everyone loves him.
Because I remember I tell a lot of people this story because obviously I watched the game. Like I think it was my second week in spring training last year. He came up to me in the gym and was like, "Hey man, just wanted to introduce myself. I'm Garrett." And like I ended up telling him this. My immediate thought is, "Yeah, no shit, you're Garrett Whitlock, dude. Like, I know who you are."
Garrett Whitlock, just
Good work. Work around that double, man. That is clutch work, and I'm sure they'll give him another inning here too. So
yeah,
they
Might
just
as
need to
well.
get the lead here.
yeah. He only threw 16 pitches, so I would imagine.
Do you think they go?
Devin Williams is coming in. I wonder if when they start with the lefties coming in, because I would assume they do they bring Nathaniel Lowe in for Romy? Like
Against
I don't against Devin Williams because the changeup's still scary, right, for Williams.
yeah, they're gonna. I'm sure they have all the
Yeah.
splits and against the different
Yeah.
pitches and stuff.
But
like
also
that.
too, like they could start bringing in the lefties. Like they could save Nathaniel Lowe to like pinch hit for Sogard and then just slide Romy to second. Right, like
Yeah.
because I would assume they would want to keep like Hamilton on the bench in case they need a pinch runner. So you don't really want to have Hamilton pinch hit, and then you still have Willier as well, who I would assume just pinch it for Nadian.
Now the real question is, if it's tied in the bottom of the ninth, do you think they still go to Chapman?
I think you should.
I feel
think
like you,
so,
you
yeah.
still do, right?
Yeah,
That's one of those things that always annoys me whenever they do that in a tie game. And then there will be, like, if the Red Sox end up losing in extra innings, there would always be people that are like, why did Cora go to Chapman in the ninth and then we didn't have him in the 10th? And it was like, cool.
But like you
wouldn't
don't
have had a 10th inning
if you didn't go to
we
Chapman.
have a
Yes.
clean ninth inning.
Like it goes the same way too on like even for like the home team, like in some ways, because it's like once you get into the ninth inning tied, like you're not like you can only win with a walk-off. So like don't you want to try to keep it tied going into the bottom of the ninth?
Yeah.
But then teams are like, no, we're not gonna use our closer. And I'm like, you guys are dumb. Like just like if your closer's available, use them. especially in the postseason. Like, don't.
I do think it's weird though. Some guys genuinely can't do it.
Yeah.
Like Kimbrel used to struggle when he would come into non-safe situations.
Yeah.
Palencia for the Cubs struggled this year when he was coming into non-safe situations.
Yeah. I mean, some guys are
Like, I don't know if it's just
like that.
random timing or if it's genuinely like a.
Well, I would assume though, if it's the ninth inning though, like like a tied game isn't like, it's not like it's a blowout, right?
Yeah.
So like it feels like it's still high stakes and it's still the same inning that you would typically come in. So it is just interesting, kind of how it is can work. Although like the Yankees, like in terms of the Yankees, they have a little bit of an advantage here in terms of like if their bullpen can pitch well, like you have Williams, you have Bednar, you have Doval, who have all closed. You have Weaver as well. Leiter has got a couple of saves in his back pocket. Although I feel like Leiter would be like way after those guys in terms of their pecking order. And honestly, the last thing the Red Sox would want here is a game that goes deep into extras.
Yeah.
Because the Yankees have they have Blackburn and Will Warren in the pen. And both those guys could eat innings. Whereas the Red Sox have Harrison, and that's kind of it. In terms of, I mean, unless they would like yeah, they do have Tolley, although he has been throwing less innings.
Yeah, I don't know how serious they would be about like having Tolley go multiple innings.
Yes.
To be honest with you.
But also too, if you get into a God
know.
forbid you get into a 14th, 15th inning, something bonkers like that, you might not.
Come on, man.
Yeah, okay, let's get the challenge system in. Let's go, guys. Come on.
I feel like I could see them bringing in Tolley, like if they have just lefties lined up in any series, like in this postseason, just to absolutely abuse some lefties and then get out of there.
Yeah, I like Tolley also, like if possible, having a clean inning, like get him like start the inning, give him a clean inning, and get him out. Just because he hasn't been pitching out of the bullpen a ton.
I can't imagine what the adrenaline's going to do to him, though.
Oh my
like
gosh. He might throw 105 like Mason Miller.
Yeah, it's going to be surreal. I want to see it so bad.
When Peyton Tolley clinches the World Series,
I know
throwing 102.
I know we've talked about it so much, but it's genuinely just insane to think about the fact that he was drafted last year as a dude throwing 90, 91, and
yep, there
it
you
took
go.
1 year to.
Oh, yep.
Here we go, Bregman.
Yes. Oh, if only
That was
Jason
a
Dominguez
really
was
lucky snag too. That was a really lucky.
If that bounced just a little different,
That's
Cody
Cody
right
Bellinger.
on.
Honestly,
Slicing a little bit
Cody
more.
Bellinger is infuriating because he's actually like he could legitimately be playing center field, and they're just sticking him in left field like it's nothing. It's like, yeah, we have Grisham in center, so you're going to play left field now, and he's damn good defensively.
I remember seeing him come through Tulsa back with the Dodgers. Because obviously they're the AA affiliate.
Yeah.
Got to see all of Seager, I think, played there. Trying to think who else.
Yeah.
Kershaw made several rehab appearances. So that was pretty cool. Fiance didn't know who Kershaw was. So.
That's okay.
Her and her family didn't get into baseball until we started dating. Like they're from around the Pittsburgh area, north of it, so they knew who Andrew McCutcheon was, but outside of that, didn't really watch baseball.
Yeah. Speaking of the Pirates, they need to go back to those old jerseys and the old like the look, like get rid of the generic, boring, lame, just yellow pea. So with low pinch hitting, that means Romy's out of the game. The Yankees in their bullpen, they only have Tim Hill as a lefty. So Cora could probably get aggressive with putting the lefties in.
Yeah, I mean, I think Abreu is the last one left, and
Hamilton if they
Hamilton.
wanted to, but I feel like part of me they'd like to keep him on the bench.
Yeah, I think
Well, Stovall
Hamilton's
can switch hit though.
being
Stovall switch
saved
hits.
for
Yeah,
like
Hamilton
extra
can
innings if it's like, oh, we're starting the inning with.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Damn.
Damn it.
Damn.
Need a speed boost there. Nathaniel having a turtleneck but not having sleeves trips me.
It's not a good throw.
I saw actually my roommate sent me the tweet of it said Nathaniel Lowe looks like he's trying to be a Boston Red Sox player for Halloween. Like that's what he looks like.
No, the tweet was wrong. It said it looked like it was Brandon Lau. Look, and like it didn't even get it right. Like at least if he would have said Josh Lowe, at least it would have been it's his brother.
Right, it's his brother.
Like, he didn't even get the right like family. Got like. Although it is funny, the Rays had all three of them at one point in time.
Carlos Narvaez home run here would feed
Oh
generations.
my gosh.
It would have been interesting to see if Cora had pulled the lever here on having Abreu hit here, and then you go to Wong. But I think they're waiting for if
there were runners on, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Albeit Williams facing a lefty does like his changeup does play well, so that's
he got a middle.
But then again,
over there, just missed it.
But then again, like even the documentary showed you
Yeah.
how Cora lets like emotions kind of like fuel the players, and this has got to be a moment that Narvi wants to do some damage for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know it gets talked about a lot. But you do have to wonder how much Netflix is pissed off, thinking like, man, if
Oh
we
my
were
gosh.
one season. Like I know obviously
year.
it was more about like, oh, the workings of a baseball team and all and like the relationships and everything, but still would have made for much better TV to have this team.
Absolutely.
Oh, with all the drama too. Bro,
Yeah,
imagine them
started
being
it.
on imagine if Netflix was on the plane when like the Raffy trade broke. Like
I remember
that
texting Dobbins about
oh my
that.
god. That would have been absurd to have on a Netflix doc.
Yeah, what was your guys' reaction to that?
Where were we on our way back from?
Well,
Oh no, lost the bat too.
We were on our way back from somewhere, maybe Altoona or something. No, it wasn't Altoona because we were on a bus trip back. So a lot of us got like air mattresses or something like that to put on the ground of the bus to sleep on. So I was asleep, and like I kept hearing my phone buzz, and I was like, okay, what's going on? So first text I read is, or no, actually I heard someone on the bus say, I can't believe we traded, blah blah, like traded. All I heard, and I was like, and then I heard my phone buzzing, and my first reaction is obviously like, did I just get traded? Why is my phone buzzing? And then I check, and it's my fiance, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, they just traded Devers." And I was like, "What?" I was like, "No, they didn't."
That was like everyone's reaction.
I was like, "It's
no, they didn't."
Rafael Devers. They didn't
Yeah.
trade him." And she's like, "Yeah." And then obviously, the first thing I do is go check Passan's tweets, and there it is. And I was like, "Oh my gosh!" So then I saw everything. She was like, "Well, they got pitchers. Of course, they got pitchers."
it looks like you guys were playing at Lehigh Valley.
No, that would have been when I was in Portland.
Oh, you were in Portland. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, it would have been maybe Binghamton that we were on our way home from. Maybe. I can't remember where it was, but
I can find out. Let's see.
it was right when we were getting the new clubhouse because Tibbs showed up the first day that we had
It
the
was
new
Reading.
clubhouse.
It was
Yeah,
Reading.
it was Reading. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I
and
remember
Tibbs-
because the trade was so here my unfortunate thing with this. The Raffy trade was on June 15th. My birthday's on June 16th. So I got a nice early birthday present. And I look at my phone, I'm like, what the hell? Like, thanks for the birthday present. Like, I'm like, good thing I didn't buy a Raffy jersey because I was considering it.
Yeah, it was
I was like, but although it's funny because the good thing about here's like the one thing about like jerseys, if you get one without a name on the back, like so my Adrian Gonzalez jersey is now turned into a Christian Campbell jersey.
There you go.
So can't complain that much.
That was actually what the phone call that I got was from my buddy who's got me into obviously with my Bowman coming out, he's gotten me into it a little bit, and he was calling me because he sent me a picture. He pulled Christian Campbell auto to 25.
Sick.
And I was like, all right, that's pretty. He got me one of the 50s, and I sent it to Casey, and he's like, heck yeah, dude, I'll get that signed for you. And I was like, let's go.
Nice, very nice.
And I was in a card shop yesterday. I bought one of Mikey's. They had one of Mikey's laying around, so I bought him. They had Tyler McDonough, so I bought McDonough's.
Nice.
And then
That's
obviously fun. Roman and Garcia's.
Do you ever buy like just packs in general?
No.
Okay. I was curious if you've ever pulled your own card.
No, I'll watch like the card breaks because I have a buddy that works for Backyard Baseball.
Yep.
And so I've been watching a lot of their card breaks. Then
Blaze is super into that, right?
Yeah. Blaze
yeah. He gave me one of his as he left, which sucked. Like I literally texted him that night that the match trade happened. And I was like, oh, that almost hit.
It almost hit. It might actually hit him. It did hit him.
Yeah, he's hurt.
Is he still out there?
He's still out there. So
okay.
As my buddies just hand me, as my roommates just hand me these that they just opened at the
that's awesome.
kitchen.
That's
awesome.
And from the mail. Well, like, yeah, we opened your package.
I'm looking at it now. My Adrian Gonzalez jersey eventually became a JD Martinez jersey. Then it was funny because it then became a Corey Kluber jersey, and then
you don't have to admit that.
And then a Garrett Cooper and Danny Jansen jersey.
Opening day starter.
Hey, it's better than those jerseys that the Browns fans have of all the quarterbacks listed.
Yeah, nobody has it worse than Browns fans. Hey, it became a Christian Campbell jersey, and I was just like, I was happy about that. Imagine having like a Jackie Bradley Jr. jersey, like a.
They got my guy Dylan Gabriel at quarterback though, so I hope he does well.
If you have a Jackie Bradley Jr. jersey, now it's a Roman Anthony jersey. Works out pretty well.
Yeah.
I feel like that was definitely the most deflating point in the season, though, was when Roman went down.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's
take your time, Trav.
Nice.
There you go.
It's one of those things where it's like you could look at it negatively or positively, how like the offense kind of just completely died when Roman got hurt. And it's like you could look at it negatively, like, damn, the 21-year-old is dictating this offense. But you could also look at it in a positive light.
He's that good.
Hey, you have a 21-year-old who's that good, who is locked up for the next 12 years.
It's bonkers.
Doing stuff that it was literally the list were him and Soto.
Yeah. Also, I'm just now looking at uniform numbers for Red Sox. I feel like in 10 years we're gonna look at the number 0 and be like, there's some really random people like Brandon Phillips, Adam Ottavino, and like Walker Buehler being the only 3 number 0s for the Red Sox so far.
Brandon Phillips, yeah.
Like, so happy he played 5 games with the Red Sox.
It
makes me so. I loved Brandon
shout
growing up.
Shout out to his wife.
Yeah.
Shout out Jake Gargill.
But so going back to cards, is that something that like you guys? I know, like you just said, you picked up Mikey's and McDonough's. Do you have like most of your teammates at this point?
Like this is I just now got into it, obviously now with this, so like I've gotten quite a few Christians. Those were a lot in this new drop. Who else is it? Got a couple of Marcelos, and then obviously like some of the ones that I kept were like I got some Meadroth and Teals, kept those guys I knew, but then in the card shop it was like I'm trying to collect get guys that I've played with that have cards, so that's why I was like I saw the McDonough and the Mikey and Garcia. I was like, okay, I gotta get one that's non Portland Sea Dogs or Worcester Red Sox team set. Like I want to get
Yeah.
the official card.
You said like you went to the shop, like a physical shop, or just
Yeah,
like
yeah,
online.
yeah.
That's
No,
awesome.
so
Nice
I
to have
pulled
a
some
workshop.
I pulled some cards that I guess were worth some money because I like got random teams in these breaks, and so I was like taking them in to sell them because like if they're not someone I've played with, I don't really care that much about them. So
Fair enough.
like I'm not gonna hold on to them or anything. So but while I was in there, I saw the Red Sox tab, and I was like, oh, let's see who's in here, and I saw them, so I was like, all right, they're just a couple bucks, so I was like, I'll get them. Why not?
Very cool.
See, speaking of number, I need someone who I like to wear number 18 because no offense against anyone who's worn 18 for the Red Sox. I started picking 18 as my favorite number because of Shane Victorino, and that number's just gotten bounced around ever since. Like the only stability it had was Mitch Moreland. It's been worn since by Aaron Hill, Mitch Moreland, Schwarber, Sawamura, Duvall, Zach Short, Blake Sable, and Ali Sanchez.
Zach Short. Wow.
Yeah. So David, if you want to wear number 18, you have my dude, it's a big thumbs up for me.
I'll take 18. Peyton Manning. Come on now.
I need someone to wear 18. That number is almost been cursed in terms of like it's just been bouncing around.
Yeah. But I imagine I'll be like the rest of the guys, and I'll probably be like number 74 or something like that to at least start.
Well, 74s the last couple of years the Red Sox have had pretty solid. I mean, Connor Wong and then Kenley Jansen.
I'll take it then. Kenley Jansen's pretty good name.
Yeah, pretty good career on that guy.
Pretty good career.
I just saw a stat last night. It was like the 4 most strikeouts by relievers since 2000, I think, in the postseason. And it was Rivera was 1, he was 2, Chapman was 3, and then Ryan Madsen was 4.
Really?
Wow.
You get a number that like nobody's ever worn for the Red Sox. Get like I don't know, like 86 or something like that.
61. That was my number.
Yeah.
I was 5 growing up because of Nomar.
Shout out Chase Shugart.
Was he 61?
Yeah.
I was 5 growing up because of pool holes.
Yeah, fair.
That was my first number playing baseball.
And then I was on my older brother's basketball team, and one of his friends gave me number 61 for some reason because they thought it would be funny for me to just be the weirdest number. And that just became my number for everything.
Nobody's worn 69 ever for the Red Sox, so just throwing that out there.
Swung.
Yes.
There we go.
I feel like
Nobody's
the most absurd number I stuck with quite a bit was 29 early on, and it was because of Joseph Adai. I love the number.
I have a weird thing with number 29. I had Victorino as my favorite Red Sox player, and then Julian Edelman was my favorite Patriot. And then one year I couldn't wear 11 or 18 for my All-Star team. And so 11 plus 18 was 29. And so I took 29.
Yeah, I would try to bend it to say like, oh, my dad was born on the 6th and my mom was born on the 23rd, but the real reason was Joseph Adai.
Hey man, it's a fair reason. I think that's the reason 99% of kids pick numbers. Just a favorite player.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Shit.
Man.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I want to see how close this was. I mean, he definitely looked safe, but
Oh, he was definitely safe.
Yeah. Oh, that's all right.
Oh,
Willier's
wow.
gonna hit
it was
it.
right
it
on
was-
the line.
Oh my.
Right on the line. It was a good throw.
Hell of a throw too.
Yeah. We got lucky with the bounce.
it's
We got lucky with the bounce
mile.
off the wall.
Yeah,
So,
it was right on the line, and then it was the dead bounce.
Yeah.
It was just a single too. He didn't get the
Yeah.
second. That's that could be huge. I mean, I hate to say this, but it does seem like we're up to 40 pitches now with Witt. Like I feel like around pitch 30 or so, he started to lose his command.
Yeah.
But he was one pitch away from getting out of it with against Wells there. But
it's unfortunate. And it wasn't even like
there you go. That's him not taking second base on that throw. That could be huge.
Also, that pitch to Wells wasn't even like a bad.
Yeah, that was not a good pitch to hit. Yeah,
it wasn't even.
It was a good piece of hitting by Wells for sure. Yeah.
That's like the crappy thing. Like the one thing that sucks sometimes about baseball is like hitters are like on average aren't even getting a hit 3 times out of 10. But then you can throw a perfect pitch and a guy still can still like get a hit. But it's like that's why I hated pitching growing when I was a kid, because it's like you could do everything right and still get a terrible result. I mean, yes, same thing for hitting in some ways, but like you could throw the most perfect of perfect pitches and the kid could just take you deep, and it's like really. It's like,
it's definitely frustrating being a pitcher and like hearing hitters that fail 7 out of 10 times and they're in the Hall of Fame, and then all of a sudden they get streaky on you and you're like, this is supposed to be hard, bro. Like why does this seem so easy for them right now?
Or like you could pitch an amazing game, like you could go 8 innings, give up like 1 run, but if your team loses 1-0, like it's like, okay, well, like what was it for? Like you still get the loss. But it's the life of Paul Skeens almost at times. Like there's
it's because he was
running.
That was 3-2.
That helped for sure. He was
it's 3-2, so he was already going.
If only Phil Nevin was still the third base coach, would have held him up.
or Kyle Hudson. I mean, with just
this has to be his last pitcher.
Doesn't have command. I mean, what is Chapman's was the one up in the bullpen.
Yeah, it's up to 46 now. They can't bring him here. Can't bring a Chapman now. But like, who else would be ready? That's the issue.
I don't know. Like, well, I mean, he
Weissert
could be getting Weissert ready. Yeah.
Yeah, but like, is he ready? That's the issue. He's up to 47 pitches.
All right. I think I get it. I get it from the standpoint of like, you just need one more out, and you're at the bottom of the order. But
they could be bringing. Who are they bringing? That's the question.
Well, Grisham's coming up next, right? So I assume they're going to Chapman.
Yeah, because the thing too, if you get out of this inning with Chapman, you could have him pitch the 9th if you score.
Yeah, it makes sense not to leave that option. Take that option off the table here. So
they still haven't showed anything though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cora did point with his left hand though, so.
But I didn't see anybody else getting up besides.
Yeah, that's exactly.
That's
what I'm thinking.
No, it is Tolley. Tolley's coming.
Tolley.
Tolley's throwing 101 here. Watch it.
All right, he just needs to get one out.
I'm looking at number 85 might be cursed for the Red Sox.
Who is it?
Because unfortunately, no, I say it might be cursed because it is unfortunate. Dustin May got hurt this year, which sucks. And then it was the first number that Caleb Ort wore. before he switched to 61. And then obviously Caleb Ward would, end up going to Houston last year and being amazing, which is very sad for Red Sox.
This is quite a moment. This is quite a moment for Peyton Tolley here.
Oh,
Yep.
my gosh.
She's gonna. We got squeezed on that one.
Come on.
And then if you can't get Grisham, I mean, obviously, if you can't get Grisham here, it's like whatever.
Give me the challenge system.
Gonna have to face the judge next.
Give me the challenge
Yeah,
system
seriously.
already. See, my
There we
hot
go.
take is if you get all your challenges right, you should get another one.
In baseball, you do.
No,
Yeah.
but keep getting them over and like you could challenge
Yeah.
100 times.
You
Yeah,
can
but
in
no team's
baseball.
gonna challenge that many times though. Like that's the issue.
But you can.
That's
But nobody's going
the
to.
ABS
That's the
coming in like
issue.
that's how it's gonna work.
Yeah, but but nobody's
on.
going to challenge that many times.
Why not? If they keep getting it right, I don't think they'll stop.
Yeah, but like teams don't want to burn their challenges early in the game. That's the issue.
4 for 7.
when I was in
bases
Worcester,
loaded
like,
this year.
Yeah,
The Blue Sox
here we
like
go.
burnt I should say burnt, but like they used all their challenges by like the 4th inning.
Come
And
on,
it was
come on.
like, well, that sucks.
That's strike 3.
Oh, that's there.
He's thrown 4 strikes and it's a 2-2
Yeah,
count.
still on
Yeah.
4 strikes.
Who's this umpire?
I was really close.
I mean, that barely hit it, but it still hit it.
I want
ABS
it. Yeah,
has
I
a
gotta have
strike.
Where's our perfect game behind the plate? Come on. Oh, he's done 5 strikes now. Damn it.
Come on, Tully.
Does another strike here, it'll be 2 strikeouts and 1 at bat.
Reach back.
It's a 3-2 count, and he's thrown 1 ball.
I mean, I think he's doing the right. They're doing the right thing. Just
Yeah.
try to hit the 4-seamer. Try to make a lefty hit the 4-seamer, but
Good job,
There you
Tolley.
go.
There we go.
here we go, buddy. All right.
You threw
Kept
6
it right there.
strikes.
That's huge.
You threw 6
Again, I'm telling you that hopefully
Yeah.
Wells not
Wells
taking
getting to- yep.
the extra base there ends up hurting them. Like
I'm assuming Willier's going to pinch hit here.
Yeah.
And then you have Duran and then Rafaela and then Sogard after. So, and then you get back to Yoshida at the top of the order. So, when Masa, hits that go ahead homer. I'm still peeved off that Jazz Chisholm saved that run. And obviously it would be Jazz that scores that run for the Yankees as well. Just has got to be Jazz Chisholm. Like, damn it. So Bednar's coming in for the Yankees. It's definitely going to be a Breu into hit.
yeah, no question.
Yeah, definitely.
Um,
Goldschmidt's in the game as well,
yeah,
replacing Rice, which the Red Sox only have Weiser in terms of righties left in the bullpen, which is really weird.
yeah. I mean, it's wild, isn't it? Like you got to think about. I guess it would be Harrison, right? Like if you're like we need length and we're trying to win this game. We're trying to win this game so we don't have to play tomorrow. Like
if Harrison somehow this game goes like 17 innings, somebody's getting phantom IL.
and again, right? There's no phantom runner. It's the playoffs.
yes, exactly. Which
So it's
I forgot that was a rule, actually.
yeah, they don't do no
So
phantom
did I.
runner in the playoffs.
yeah.
So we could be here for a while if obviously the Red Sox have to score a run. But
I mean, it's a good thing I don't.
I'd say just score 2.
Yeah, score 2. No, actually, no, score 5. Screw it.
yeah, it's like,
Why not?
Not make it. Not make
Score
it.
5.
Man,
Also, why like Bednar has had such a weird like last few years. Like it was good and then was like reliever volatility kicked in and then it was bad. Bednar has reverse splits. That's not ideal.
Okay.
Lefty hitters are hitting 178 against him this year. Righties are hitting 220 against him. I want to see if I can find his splits by pitch because he's fastball, curveball, splitter.
Yeah.
And he throws all three pitches to both sides.
Good eye.
Is
So
definitely more splitter heavy against lefties, but it's still primary fastball, curveball.
Question is Abreu gets who did he replace here?
Ian. Ian.
Okay, then
You thinking like he gets on? Would they pinch hit? Would they bring Hamilton in to run for him? But then it's
yeah,
like,
that's what I was wondering.
Willier's also not that slow though. Like he's not.
but he's coming
Yeah.
off the injury. That's the point.
Yeah,
True,
but I thought
true.
I didn't know if it's an outfielder, they're gonna keep Abreu in then.
I mean, David Hamilton has played.
Well, would you
They're
put
not-
Sogard,
they're not
would you-
doing that
Would
in
you
the
put
playoffs.
Sogard in right field?
Sogard in right field? Yeah,
Yeah,
You could play. I think he could handle it probably, but
yeah. That's
I remember Hamilton came to Iowa and his first AB hit that home run. I was like,
yeah.
good player.
worst case scenario. Yoshida could like worst case scenario. Yoshida, you have to
It
stay.
was a great pitch.
Yeah.
That was a great pitch. Top of the zone. Oh man.
See, I also really want the Red Sox to win just so I don't have to be stressed tomorrow night.
That would be nice.
Yes.
Oh, that's a good pitch.
It's a good pitch. Yeah.
He's got
Screw off.
that was working so far. Yeah.
Just leave one like just leave a meatball over the middle of the plate.
Just hit him again.
Or that, yeah. Get Durant on the bases.
Yankees would have Schlittler tomorrow, right?
Yeah. That seems to be the plan.
Yep. What an unfortunate name. If he pitches terrible, you can call him Shitler, which is,
We already did it in Double-A.
yeah. Well, because I can't pronounce anyone's names correctly, apparently, so like I probably would just call him that.
Problem is he shoved. So
Unfortunately.
He's good. Nope. No. Okay. Oh man.
You know what annoys me about Marlins, man, is I feel like he's never actually watching the game. You see him behind the plate because he's in the bright stuff.
But he's just there, just to be there.
I feel like every time I've looked, he's on his phone again.
Unless he's taking a
Like,
video.
I can't unsee him now.
Unless
Like,
he's
I didn't even
taking the
realize
video.
he was in the game until I think it was Derek. He pointed it out.
Yeah. I need to know what he does for a life. Like I need to know what job he has and how do I get that job? Or did he just get like family?
Good
good take.
Good eye. Yeah, it was. They're making Bednar work at least here. Like let's go. Let's get on base.
That's crazy that Duran doesn't have a homer at Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, I think he would. Oof.
All right. Fight it off. Just throw something uncompetitive. Let's just get him on base.
Yeah.
Duran on first would make such a massive difference.
Especially with Sadon in the ninth inning.
True.
It got the corner. It got the corner.
It did get the corner, but it's
there's
like-
been worse calls.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Just feel like we've seen some of those called
Not
either
be
way.
called.
It was
Called,
it was a
yeah.
strike. It got the
Yeah.
corner, but
We're not debating that, but Also, too, if you're Durant, there's not much you can do.
I mean,
That-
the best
that's
he's going to do
unfortunate.
is foul that off. Like,
Yeah.
man. All right, All right, Rafi, come on. Oof.
That was such a good pitch.
So the curveball. So
Bednar stuff's been nasty.
Yeah, it's such an obnoxious curveball.
It's tough one for. I mean, Rafael has been so good in terms of being patient, but it's really tough.
Yeah. Taking time out.
Get up!
Damn it.
Oh.
Damn it.
Oh, I thought he did it.
Hit it a little bit too far to the gap.
Yeah.
Damn.
Damn, it's unfortunate.
Man, I would have had the cops called on me if he hit that. I would have been so loud.
Well, this is the game 3 tomorrow night.
Game 3 tomorrow.
Yeah, game 3.
Well, time for Connolly early to absolutely shove.
Yep.
I wonder what I do wonder what the leash is going to be on him because they still have Harrison,
Well,
but they've used a lot of the bullpen. That's the other issue.
What I'll say is there's a chance for him to become a legend real quick.
Oh my gosh!
Really quickly.
Yes. It's also going to be interesting to see what the Yankees roll with lineup wise because of Early's changeup.
David, what do you think about Connolly tomorrow? Like, do you view him as being a guy that's like he's unflappable, like he's going to go out there and just like do his job, like do what he has to do, or are you concerned about?
He's going to love every second of this.
Yeah,
like this is the opposite of what like he's going to react the opposite way of like normal people. He's one of those guys that he dies for situations like this. So I'm very excited to see what happens.
cool.
Yeah, no, it's
I like to hear that.
also it's good to hear. I am now interested though in terms of so Whitlock's not pitching tomorrow.
He's out.
Locked in.
Chapman's 100% available.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, I
Chapman's
feel like
available.
Everyone but Whitlock probably.
Everyone but Whitlock and Crochet, obviously.
Yeah.
Hell, I wouldn't even count out Bayo at this point for tomorrow. Hell, I wouldn't even count that out at this rate. Not that I think he would, but like, if you have no other choice, like you have no other choice, it's win or go home.
I will not make any predictions for Connolly Early's line because I feel like every time I make a prediction, it looks like I'm going to be right, and then it falls off a ledge, and then everybody on Twitter gets mad at me for making a prediction. So I'm not going to do it.
On one side of things, though,
I'll do it.
we get Yoshida. We get Yoshida playing tomorrow, so
yeah,
time for him to build up that resume.
Do you have the line prediction now, or are you?
Yeah, I'll do 6, 4 hits, 2 walks, 9 Ks.
wow,
Not mad at
No
it.
runs.
Not mad at it.
That's my line for him because I messed up when I did my line during his debut and took lower on strikeouts, so I'm not making that mistake again.
No, he's been striking guys out like crazy.
Oh, man, well,
Appreciate you guys
baseball,
having me on.
yeah. Thanks
thank
for
you
coming
so
on,
much.
David. Wish we had. Wish it was more fun and we could have. It was a good game, obviously, but yeah. See what happens tomorrow.
Take care, guys.
Damn,
Appreciate
Jazz
it.
Chisholm.
Take care,
Thanks,
man.
Dave.
Get them tomorrow. So
See you tomorrow. Thanks for
See ya.
doing this.
See
Appreciate
ya.
it. All right. Well,
That's about it. Well, don't think we're doing this again tomorrow.
yeah.
If the Red Sox make the ALDS, we might have more in store. We're not sure yet, but yeah, this could have been a little bit more fun if they won. But
Yeah.
all right.
Damn, Jazz Chisholm.
Yep. See ya.
All right.